waiting to get that notification.
Okay, we are live. We are live. We are live. So everyone knows we are in fact live. I think.
Waiting to get that.
Yes, you are.
We're live.
You are live. Yes.
Okay.
How come nobody's hit the like? What the hell?
Does the stream sound okay? Can you, if you're on it, Food Toy, can you hear me talking, the game, and you talking?
Hold on a sec.
Can we talk about data
How
centers
come
today?
nobody's hit the like? What the hell? Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay.
Confluence?
Does the stream sound okay? Can you? Oh, yeah, we're doing it, K2. We're doing it, and no wine. I have wine, but I'm not. I'm drinking one drink now, okay? Because I'm judging on Horseradish's panel tonight, and I take that shit very seriously, so I can't get intoxicated. But I do have wine because once it starts winding down, then we go into the open format of it, and you know, then the wine's gonna come out.
Yeah. Confluence, I had a question. Confluence?
Oh, Kirk.
Can we talk about data centers?
Don't really want to.
Well, what's there to talk about? I mean,
I wanted to know what your perspective is. Are you pro or anti data center?
we need them. I mean, if you want to have stuff like AI and all that, we need data centers.
Yeah,
I
I
agree,
think,
but
I think we
what's
need
the
them.
sound
I understand maybe there's like issues about like where, you know, like whose backyard they're in, you know, and there's obviously gonna be a lot of NIMBYism. I probably wouldn't want one near me, but I think we ought to have them. So maybe there's a discussion there, but I think we need them. I'm not sold by the environmental arguments of like, oh, it's gonna, it just is the future. It's going to change humanity, either for the good or for the worse, but I think we need them. And yeah, just
Probably both.
but I think there is considerations of where we put them. I don't think you should just like throw them up in like where it's gonna like harm neighborhoods. So I think we should do our best to, you know, fix it. You can't play baseball and not drink. It's international law. That's true. That's true.
So you think that we should put them? We should put. They should exist.
Fuck
but
Kirk,
you have
let's go.
reservations?
Thank you, Big Soda.
I had to fucking like try it 3 times. First one was fuck Kirk. Second one was fuck double search Kirk, and the third one I had to put the A.
I know. So Confluence, would you say that? So you support them, but you think they're limited?
Yes.
Well, in my opinion, I agree with that, except I don't agree with your reservations. And in fact, in my opinion, we should do eminent domain in inner cities and basically
Kirk,
take.
I have a
the
question for you. Kirk, I have a question for you.
That's crazy.
What are data centers being built for? Are they being built so that we can sustain AI currently, or because of what we think AI will become in the future that we don't have very much evidence for?
I think both.
It's actually it's only the latter, because we can already make AI.
Why would it let me name my coach Double Search Kirk? Is that like censoring me?
I thought it's both.
Confluence,
And Kirk-
display it on Discord so we can watch it.
Oh yeah.
Kirk, let me ask you, what happened in Toledo when the Great Lake that they're next to was hit with terrible algae? What weren't they able to do?
I don't know, what weren't they able to do? How will you tell me?
Drink tap water. So when we're just
Why does
putting
it go
fucking
away?
AI data centers around the country without concerns for like where we're putting them, especially in the Great Lakes region, we could potentially fuck over people because of this short-sighted need for growth.
Fine,
It's
it
short-sighted.
allows that.
No, but I'm pretty sure, yes, we do have data centers for AI, but that I'm saying AI's processing capabilities are getting faster because of the data centers, and B, new types of AI and machine learning are going to be developed with these data centers.
And you think that should be used so that you can scroll through your fucking reels on YouTube or Instagram or whatever bullshit and watch fucking AI Patrick eat some mispuffed pussy?
No, it's actually being used by scientists. For example, string theorists are using it to research Calabi-Yau manifolds, for example.
And they're doing that with Meta?
They're doing it with some data centers.
I'm researching
Oh,
your
so-
stepmom's manifolds, and I don't need freaking AI for that.
Kirk, are you only for data centers for specific purposes, or also the ones that put out AI slop that you can laugh at when you're scrolling your stupid fucking reels?
Well, I think both. I mean, I also like AI slop.
And so you want to take people's domains and have the government take away.
I would only do eminent. I would move the eminent domain from like rural, like conservative America to inner cities. So give them the electricity bill.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. Why would you put an AI data center in downtown New York or Chicago?
Because they should be the ones paying the bills because they have bigger populations.
Why do
Are you
That's not
fucking
what's
stupid?
why do
gonna
I have
What
a
does the AI
wheelchair
data
guy
center
on
need?
my team? Can I like get him off?
What
Wait,
does no?
you
He's
might
the best
get-
player.
Trinity.
He's
yeah,
the best
Kenny's
player.
a fucking animal.
The
He's
wheelchair
the best
guy?
player.
Kenny?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
the best player.
Yeah,
He's the
Say
best
his
player.
name.
My seat. Hurry up and
He's
pick
the best
me.
player. But
Okay,
Kurt,
fine. We're
I-
picking
No,
Kenny.
no, it's
What do
definitely
AI
Pablo,
centers
like,
need?
sure.
What?
what do AI data centers need, Kurt?
They need a lot of water and
It's time to
electricity.
see who's
And land.
better and
So
who's
what
the
don't
broke
inner cities
bad.
have a surplus of?
Well, they don't
Any coward
land, but if you basically force
And
them to
water.
Can
put-
you break a new home
And
run
electricity.
record?
I thought
What
inner
else?
cities do have
What
water
else
and
would you?
electricity.
So Kurt, let me ask you a question. Is it
Okay,
easier to put an
steal it
AI
from other
data center
areas
on
and
something
things.
undeveloped, or is it easier to knock down some buildings and put it there?
Your eye on the ball.
It's probably easier to
What
do
was wrong
something
with that
undeveloped.
swing I did?
So you wanna do AI data centers in the worst way possible?
Well, it's because I want the people who have more money, which are people in inner cities, to pay the bills.
Come on.
But why would you assume that happened?
What do you mean? Why would I say
Like what-
that?
Why would you assume that just the city would pay for it and there wouldn't be like discretionary funding from the state that actually funds that type of stuff? Meaning that everyone in the state would then pay for these AI centers instead of it just being strictly on the city.
I thought it was on a county level where they do the electricity bills.
Is this like a
Well-
warm up or like why aren't I running around
In a
bases?
sense, yeah, but if you look how water happened, so like in California, it was a big, I guess, scandal around I think the 2010s where the city of Los Angeles, the city of Los Angeles appealed to California, and they were taking water from outside Los Angeles, and they overruled farmers who were voting against it, so that way they were able to take water from up under these farms and then bring it into the city, which destroyed a lot of farms.
You've got 3 outs. Make
So it seems like it's not that simple. It seems like eventually what's going to happen is that
Cheating
when the
throw.
city can no longer afford it, they're just going to appeal to the state, and the state's going to pay for it through discretionary funding.
I think it's tutorial influence.
Well, I'd rather have left-wing states pay for it than right-wing
Nice
states.
try.
Am I
No,
doing this right? How
well,
did I get
you're-
no points?
so you're okay
I don't
with
understand. Someone explain
conservative-
how this game works to me, okay?
You got to hit home runs. You got to hit home runs. You need to hit home runs, compliments. That's the only way you're going to get points.
I don't run. Isn't this? I don't know much about goy ball, but aren't I supposed to like have a team and run around bases and stuff?
I'm not sure if this is just a demo. It's just hitting the ball in practice.
What?
Home run derby, home run derby.
There's
Hey,
gotta be
buddy.
more to the game than this, surely.
How's it
Well,
going,
yeah,
Brett?
if you pay for it.
How you doing, buddy?
Is this you, Brett?
Yes,
Did you say
sir.
this game
How's it going,
was-
Brett? Okay, we're gonna turn off aim assist. There's gotta be an actual mode where I'm actually doing something.
Did you say this
Who
game
is
was
the
$50
best
bucks?
and who is the broken
Yeah,
bad?
that's what I mean. This is not a convincing demo for me to
Just missed it.
drop 50 big ones.
Because you didn't play it as a kid, man. You just don't understand.
Is this like in real life or like is this like a gold game or something?
No, this is a classic game. I think it was for the PS1 and then for the PS2. It
Oh,
got
really?
so popular that they started making like trading cards for it, and then the trading cards like blew up because people were trying to collect them. A lot of sports people, and so like they finally brought it back, and this is supposed to be like the remake of the classic game from like 2005
Oh.
or 6.
So
Man,
this
without-
is Pong.
without aim
Pong
assist,
for
this is, like,
Millennium.
Hard as hell.
Pretty much, I would say it's a lot similar to Pong. But I would also say it's if I remember correctly. So you have your team and you're competing in a tournament style thing to where it's pretty much like backyard baseball, and you're playing against other teams that are they're all kids and stuff like that, and so your goal is to win like this world champion or world championship in the backyard.
It seems like the goal is to have some AI guy ran by a fucking data center throw a fucking ball, and you're just some paraplegic in a fucking wheelchair who can't put his fucking back into it, so you can't even get a home run.
3 outs.
Everyone, you son of a bitch.
Why'd you let me pick the little gimp kid, Keelan? Why you gaslit me? Obviously he's not gonna be able to hit a homer.
You're
I
a
mean, he
piece
can
of
hit
shit.
further than you in real life.
Stop talking about Kenny like that, you piece of shit. I'm getting pissed off.
Kenny can't even
Yeah,
hit
I'll be
a
honest.
homer.
You're pissing me off.
0
No,
points.
it's you. It's not you. I mean, it's not
me.
Kenny. It's you.
He's
It
in a
is you.
wheelchair. I'm gonna switch people, and then you're gonna see a change. We're going with my original pick,
Now,
Pablo. Mi amo
Pablo.
says Pablo. Encantado.
Pablo's the star of the show. He's the
Yeah.
guy that he's a real deal. He's a little overweight, but
They want me to pick the
Why you pick
DEI.
the black
Like
chick?
they want me to pick the black chick or the freaking paraplegic. I'm picking the. Well, they're all DEI, I guess, but Pablo is the least DEI. Where's the? They take the normal white kids out of the games. That's the problem. This game is woke. Okay.
Well, let's be honest. Baseball has turned into Pablo. I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, they are pretty good at it. Oh, look at that! What an
Oh,
animal!
he's got moves. Okay, here we go. I really should put back on aim assist, probably. Oh, look at that! Oh, the first one! I told you! Wheelchair kid fucking sucks.
No, you just got the handicap on. You picked the fucking best character.
Keelan told me. Oh, now this is easy. Yeah, I was handicapping myself, pun intended.
Everyone knows Kenny is the best character.
No, Kenny's the best defensive character. He's a good pitcher. You know, he's good on the defensive side of the ball.
He just runs like shit.
Yeah, in the words of Brandon, Pablo has legs. Okay, that's his main advantage.
Kenny has the clutch gene in him.
You need to look past the disability compliments. He's not just
Kenny got 0 points. Okay, Pablo just hit his like third freaking homer. Oh, I thought that was a homer. Never mind.
Yeah, when they invented the wagon was so much better.
Oh,
than
I hit it
the leg.
backwards. That's not good. Kenny would fucking never have done that.
Almost had
This
that
dude's
one.
box is smaller, or am I saying things?
Come on.
That's what she
Whoa.
said.
Food toy is
I don't
dope.
know.
Don't talk about kids like that, Futa. It's weird.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Of course, a kid's box is gonna be smaller.
Ah!
Food toy is woke now.
Okay, we still
You
got.
are god awful.
Okay, I have aim assist off though. I'm playing on hard mode. Do you see?
That's not even hard mode.
It doesn't tell me where the ball's gonna land. Because I'm like a Souls player, so I don't need the assist mode. I got 3 points. It says I did great. Okay, that's all. That's not me talking. That's the game talking. Okay, how do I play an actual game of baseball?
What's going on, guys? How's it going, Frankie?
Hey Frankie,
Good.
congratulations. How's baby?
Baby's doing fine, mini bug is doing fine.
Awesome.
He like
play
his
that
smiles
multiplayer.
what?
Yeah, see, that's the only thing that's unlocked is the backyard derby.
And that's not like the actual game?
No, that's just like you hitting home run.
What the heck? How is this a demo? I'm gonna have to legally acquire this game on a shady website, but fully legally. Because how am I supposed to know if I like the game?
Well,
Why
you know
are
what?
you playing baseball though? Like baseball's boring.
Whoa, that's crazy coming from a Puerto Rican, right?
Coming from
I thought
Pablo
Puerto Rican,
Sanchez
you know?
himself. I can't even find I can't even find the unlocked one. Where's the one I can actually play?
By the way, if somebody sends you a copy of this game, and that means you own a copy, you are allowed to download the ROM.
The
Legally.
rum? The rum?
ROM. ROM.
Yeah, he's Irish. He plays a lot of rum.
The Fruitoid
Rom
is
com.
like Fruitoid knows enough to say words, but doesn't know enough to know that this wouldn't be a ROM if you downloaded
Of
this.
course it would.
No,
Of course it would.
a ROM has to run on an emulator. This would
Right.
be a PC game. It wouldn't be a ROM. You wouldn't be
there's-
emulating
there's
anything.
emulators for everything. There's emulators for every system.
Not for computer
Not for-
games.
yeah, this is already
But you
natively a
just
Windows
said-
game. You don't need
You
to.
just said 40 seconds ago this was an old whatever console game.
40, not
Yeah, it's a
14.
remake.
No,
for
not
the
that kind
computer.
of ROM. Not that kind of ROM. Man. Good to see
See,
you.
it's
Elder
weird. It's
Essence
weird.
wanting to stop your swing timing being trash.
It's weird that people in the UK they have a weird way of speaking English. You know, like
They do.
rum. It sounds like rum.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they do.
they're
The
wrong.
people in the
They're
UK
wrong.
do speak weird. Us Irish though, we don't. We speak right. We speak
Am I
good.
actually
What is it
retarded?
say?
I can't even get back
What is
to the
yours not?
normal. It just says everything's locked. I'm trying to select the one
Yes,
that's
you are
unlocked.
retarded. Yes, you are retarded.
Am I
Confluence.
stupid? What am I?
Yes,
You
you are.
might be.
So these are all locked, right? So okay, I go up here. They're all locked. Where's like the one I was playing on?
Well, there's a new thing, right? So now you have to give them the water and electricity the data center is using before you can play the game.
There
Like
you
they're
go.
literally all locked. Am I
There you
stupid?
go. Now click. Now click.
Wait. No.
It's just gonna
Change
say it's
the time
locked.
of day. Change the time of day up. Yep. And then scroll through and
Oh,
there
I
you go.
can't play on
Really?
night mode. Okay, thank you, Big Soda.
Really? That was it? Like,
Well, you paid.
Oh,
it's
that-
a demo. You didn't pay for
Oh my
anything. You don't
god,
deserve
this
anything.
is
They should
this
give
is
me at
gay.
least like one game to see if I like it.
This is
50
gay as
quid.
AIDS.
Okay,
50
we're
bucks to
picking
play.
we're
Black
picking
Day.
freaking baby Kamala. Okay, we're going DEI.
Coach, let me at him. You won't be
He's
sorry.
a fucking slugger. Look at those broad
Oh,
shoulders.
batting 5? Yeah. Yeah, she's
Look at
got
them-
that.
look
She's
at
built
them
like a
looking
shit
barbecue.
brick house, okay, or a brick shit house, or whatever the expression is.
Her name is
How about
literally
compliment?
Keisha.
She's a batting
Her name
what?
is literally Keisha.
Up high,
You said bat compliments batting what?
too slow.
Batting was 5.
It's 4.
It said 5.
He said too slow and disappeared.
Look at it. It's only got 4 stars on it.
What?
Four balls.
Am I crazy?
4
No,
balls.
oh, it is. Okay, I just assumed it was, but she has max, I guess, is what I mean.
Oh, you
She
were
has
about
max.
to double down. You were about to
I
double
was
down.
about to double down. I thought I was at a 5.
Nowadays, Keisha does have 4 balls.
That's true.
That's rude.
I'm picking the trans kid. That's why she's got such a strong frame. Okay, that checks out.
Oh,
She got that HRT
Oh,
grind
hold
set.
on. So you guys use English currency,
God
Quinn.
damn. She's about
No,
to
we
murder
don't
She
you,
use
is
bro.
like a brick shit house. Holy shit.
No, Frankie,
Oh, let's
honestly, the
go.
South of Ireland has nothing to do with the UK.
Let's
Not the
go,
currency,
Kesha.
not nothing.
Oh please,
Don't
you
get
said
confused.
Quinn. You said
But they-
Quinn.
Keep your eye on the ball.
The quid isn't the currency. Quid is slang for whatever money you use.
Give me a pound.
What's the Irish guy talking about? You talking about squids?
Oh, that was close.
Quids, 50 quid.
Squid is a crazy currency for a country to have.
Not squid, quid.
Like if you're trading in cephalopods, I'm sorry, bro. You have a problem.
Those few words.
Hold on.
I love squid. Squid's delicious.
You shouldn't
Yeah,
eat
calamari
a
is
you
fucking
shouldn't
awesome.
eat a squid, you
Yes,
moral
yes, yes.
monster. Because
Why not?
they're like one of the smartest animals. You shouldn't eat cephalopods.
No,
would
I
eat
don't
squid.
think squids are smart. I think octopus are smart, not
Oh,
squids.
squids are freaking smart as hell.
The big one.
No, they just don't.
Octopus would be gay.
Cannibals, squids. They eat each other. as well.
Vegetarianism is cringe as fuck.
All they
You
do
are
is eat
Quinn,
shit.
Kurt.
But Confluence, I was curious. What did you think of my earlier proposal that we should invade a third world country to build the data centers?
That is a
Fuck,
monstrous proposal, which is what I told you then.
Almost had that
I
one.
mean, it sounds
I
more
know,
logical
but
How
than
about
putting
Kirk,
it
if
here.
we do this, you get sent to the front line. That's the only way I'll agree to it.
But think about it like this: they would be paying the electricity bills, not Americans.
Think
Are,
about
are
this.
you going to be on the
If
front
you-
line?
That's a good point. I didn't think, Kirk, that if I rob someone's house, then I get their stuff. I didn't think about that actually. You're right. I get free stuff if I rob people. That's a really good point.
Hey,
That's a
Confluence.
compelling
We're not
argument.
robbing. We're not robbing them because think about it like this: they wouldn't have such a high standard of living if it weren't for Westerners, if it weren't for those dead white men that they complain about in the global South. They wouldn't have the high standard of living that they do.
Wow, I'm surprised you're a Noahide.
What?
He's not. He
He's
just
not.
pretends to be.
I am a
He's
Noahide.
You're not. You
No, you're
cheated
not.
trivia. You advocate for insane
Yes.
things. You're a racist piece of shit. You're not. You can't even follow the freaking 7 laws of Noah, which is like it's only 7, bro. You're trying to get out of the 613 because you can't be arsed, and then you can't even. You pare it down to 7. You can't even do those. You can't even pretend to do those.
A,
And
none,
you
none
laugh-
of
you
none of
laugh
that is
like Dr.
technically a
Evil.
violation of the 7 Noahide laws. And B, I'm not racist. And
Kirk,
C,
Kirk.
I only treated trivia once.
But Kirk, you do laugh
Who
like
is the
Dr.
better
Evil
and
from
who is the
Austin Power
broken ladder?
movies.
Come on.
This
That's
clanker ass
exactly
bitch is like throwing all like untoward. Are some of these balls that I shouldn't be swinging at? That's a baseball thing, right?
No,
the compliments.
every one of
What did you
these
say?
should be one you can hit. You just have to
Why-
hit it
why did you-
at the right angle.
Why did you say I'm a racist piece of shit?
Because you're a racist piece of shit.
Well, why do you say that?
Because you say awful racist comments and you double and triple down on them.
What did I say? I apologize for what I said during Horses Community. Remember?
Yeah, and then you came on my panel like 2 days in a row and you said like far worse stuff.
Listen, this is Rich
All right,
coming from the
compliments. I
guy
got
who
some
wanted
advice.
to say
I'll be your
anti-Irish.
dad. I'll be your baseball coach dad.
Okay,
Well,
what do I do? What am I messing up
When
here?
it throws
You have to
low,
aim
you wanna
lower.
hit it slightly. Yeah, when they throw low, aim a little bit under. You always want to aim a little bit under the ball.
Yeah, so your
Okay.
bat can get under the ball a little.
Gotta swing at the right
God, my
time.
timing sucks.
Next one's the
God,
big
okay.
one.
A
Okay.
little bit too low, just slightly under the ball.
You've got this.
Don't be
You
gra-
Canadians wouldn't be good at baseball.
There you go.
Ah, it was close. It
10
was close.
seconds remaining.
Once I lock in, once I freaking crack the
Keep your
code,
eye on the ball. Come on.
yeah, I gotta switch the stance. Oh, you can switch stances. Okay, which stance do I want?
Make 'em count.
I would probably go with your hips facing the actual. Ooh, that was a solid one.
Ooh,
Have
okay,
your
maybe I
hips
want this
facing the
stance.
plate.
Hey, Confluence, did you watch that series, The Boys, right?
Gotta
Yeah.
swing at the right
Well, I'm not
time.
done the
Alright.
last season, so no spoilers.
Hello?
But no.
Hey, Keelan.
Had
Hey,
that
Keelan.
one.
The guys in America, do you know what Canada Dry is?
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wait,
Hey,
America.
so Confluence. So you were talking about octopuses and cephalopods. So will you have sex with a cephalopod like the Deep did?
Not seeing that
Hit the
coming.
most home runs
Wow.
in
Octopuses?
backyard glory.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
You've got this.
So, guys, Confluence saw an advertisement for Canada Dry,
Next
and
one's
he
the
accepted
big
the
one.
challenge. It said, "Drink Canada Dry." He was like, "Okay, I'm on it. Let's go."
Fantastic
Thank
joke,
you, by the way.
Free Toy.
Thank you.
Is
Thank you
it-
very much.
Just
Is,
Thank you
is
very much,
this
ladies and gentlemen.
is this the intervention episode?
No,
No,
that's
Keep your
that's
eye
tonight.
on the ball.
no, that's tomorrow.
Yeah, that's
I
tomorrow.
thought, yeah, I thought
Not bad.
Confluence had some
I
other.
hate when he does this
stream.
little back thing where it makes the ball go all like slow and wonky.
Next one's the big one.
Aren't you on another live stream tonight, Confluence?
Yeah, I'm hosting. I'll be still live on my panel, talking to my audience as per usual, and hopefully remembering to mute at the right times. But yeah, I'm judging on horses.
Gotta swing at the right time.
And I'm
Well, you can't
judging
really-
Brandon. I'm judging Brandon's debate tonight.
What's the debate?
I've
What's the
already
debate
decided he's lost. I don't even need to. I'm just gonna mute it. I'm just gonna be like 0 points, 0 fucking points.
Wait, what's the debate about?
Brandon's is I think
Come
our
on.
I have to check, but it's about like do rights exist or are they inherent or something like that?
And what's
that
this
sounds
position?
fair.
Who's he debating
Had
against?
that one.
Here, I'll pause and can I pause? Yeah, okay, I'll read it to you guys to wet your whistles, as it were. Okay, so where is horse? Okay, so we have to start it off. We have Donald Trump's actions are not significantly more extreme than previous U.S. presidents. That's someone called Vagine Machine. Don't know who that is, and they're taking the affirmative. And they're against the Vince Wilson show. Don't know who that is either. I don't know most of these people. The second prompt is poverty in America is a sign of exploitation. The affirmative is Nightwisher. The negative is Alley Cat. And the third one is the one that Brand's in. Oh, rights are absolute. That's what it is, not inherent. Rights are absolute. The affirmative is Game Boy. I at least know Game Boy. And negative is Brandon Mize.
Oh my God, Brandon.
And I'm judging alongside Ancom Psycom.
Ancom, you're judging. I can't believe that charlatan is so close to Radish. And of course I'm joking, but like, yeah. I'm pulling up his leg.
What time are you doing it?
That's happening at 8.
I actually am curious.
8 Central Standard Time.
How do you become a judge? Because I've talked to him. He said that Radish wants to pick someone who's impartial for judging, but he hasn't offered me a judgeship yet.
You'd make a horrible judge.
He said something really racist.
Well, why do you think I would make a horrible judge?
Because you're not allowed to ask questions to Confluence when you're judging.
No, but I don't have to ask questions while I'm judging. Well, in fact, I do have to ask questions when I'm judging. Yeah.
Not the Confluence.
That's probably the problem. That's probably the problem.
Confluence. Why don't you think Radish has given me the judgeship yet?
Because he's worried you're going to say something racist.
Kirk, if I was owning the channel, I would never pick you for a judge.
I know, but why do you think Radish is? Just can you explain that?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Radish. I don't know how he, chooses judges.
Well, he said it's based on he wants someone who's impartial to the topic and only judges based on merit.
Yeah, and I guess he maybe thinks that you're not capable of doing that. Maybe, I'm not sure.
But why would he think that?
Go back to the Hispanic.
Yeah, Confluence. Well, why would Radish think that?
Oh, this guy's too batting. Keelan was actually gaslighting me. This guy does suck. I didn't even realize that.
He's only a good pitcher. You only want him on defense.
It won't let me do multiplayer. That's like, is that with someone beside me? Is that like local, or does this mean I'll like play against other people?
I don't know. Click it. See what happens.
Play against other people. Must be play against other people.
Oh, you're about to get cooked.
Waiting for.
It's multiplayer.
Oh no,
right?
it's got to be local. It's saying assigned controller, so it's got to be like if someone was with me in person. I'm assuming.
But you still play against them.
If I had someone with me.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, never mind. I see you done gone through all of them. I was going to say, see if you can go to the TV and see what the TV does, but I don't think you can.
Yeah, literally. This is not a good demo. If they want $50 for a game, at least let me play like a single game, even if it's not a whole season, so I can like this is not just swinging the ball is not enough to entice me to pay $50.
It's not worth $50.
Wait. Play Crazy Pitch and see what happens.
They probably won't let him.
I can't even do normal pitch.
You can.
Yeah, it lets me do crazy. Okay, we're gonna go with Pablo then.
You're about to see some nonsense.
This game's problematic. Did your Pablo just talk right now? He's like, "Ay caramba."
I think that card you see right there is like part of his real life card, and I think the last time I've seen one sold at auction was like $15,000.
How does everyone know that? I've never heard of this game until K2 started knowing about it. How does everyone on planet Earth besides me know this?
Here comes the secret weapon.
I think it's only probably people that play baseball. Damn, Pablo's been fucking throwing back some beer. Look at that gut.
Can you break a new home run record?
But,
oh my gosh. Oh jeez.
There we go.
What the hell?
I'm not gonna hit a single one of these. Oh, that's
you
a
wanted that
normal one.
dopamine.
Oh,
at least I
digging
hit
in
it.
now.
It's like,
Boom. Oh jeez. Okay. Foul ball.
Confluence?
Almost had
Kirk.
that one.
You didn't answer my question. Why do you think? Like, why do you think Radish would think
Let's fucking go.
I'm incapable of being impartial? Like, do you think I'm incapable of being impartial?
you shouldn't take everything to heart.
You're kind of on my shit list right now, Kirk. I normally like you, but lately you've been on my shit list for all this nonsense that you've been saying. You've just been saying a lot of immoral stuff, so I don't want to be mean to you, but you're on my shit list.
And you take it to
Do you think I'm incapable of being impartial?
Don't take it to heart, Kurt. Let it go. Just let it go.
Yes,
Try
it's a yes,
letting it go. Try
It's a
letting
yes,
it go.
no, it's a yes, no.
Somebody made a comment.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I'd have to see. Would I trust if I was running the panel, and would I choose you as a judge? No, I don't think so. But you could be impartial. It's possible.
Yeah, you take things to
Carl-
heart when you don't need to.
Confluence is impartial to whether or not you can be a judge.
Yeah, this is how impartial I am. Is that I'm just so impartial about you being a judge.
I'm gonna judge if Confluence is a good judge of you if you're being impartial or not.
That's nonsense. That's
Give me 20 seconds. I judge.
Which one's the big one?
Yeah, he can't. Sorry.
I was gonna say no questions.
Wow, Confluent, you're garbage.
it's crazy pitch. It's not easy.
It ain't
Watch
supposed
out.
to be easy.
Have those ready
Backyard
to swing.
baseball.
And also Confluence.
Make your
you
team
said I'm
play
on
a
your
season.
skill
I
list.
wish I could, K2. Apparently the demo only allows me to do this mode. I can't even play a single
the most
game.
home
All I can
runs
do is
the
the home run
backyard
thing, which is stupid demo.
Yeah, and Confluence, you said I said immoral things or something, so I'm on your shit list. But I apologize to Amcom.
You said immoral stuff
Just missed
today,
it.
Kirk. Today you were saying a bunch of immoral shit.
I said that we should basically offload the data center costs of poor working class Americans to
Yeah, you said
third
that, and you
world.
also said, who cares about one more dead junkie with George Floyd, and that it doesn't matter, and that he should be pardoned, and
Holy cow. You said that?
But that's because he stuck a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach.
oh, I should have seen that it's not gonna let me swing again, is it?
Do you think I'm immoral for disagreeing with you?
No, I think you're immoral because I think you are saying heinous, repulsive things.
But what? How is that? Is saying that someone who put a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach
Oh, nice.
isn't a valuable member of society? Is that
Which one's
heinous?
the big one?
That on its own, that's like there's
Gotta
Face.
swing with the right
I'm pretty
side.
open. I'm pretty open with this stuff. Like if there's a way to like say this if you're, but these are separate things and you can't separate them in your mind, right? Like, yeah, it's awful that he put a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach. That has nothing. It's not like Derek Chauvin knew that. Even if he knew that, it's not like he's supposed to be the judge, jury, and executioner. As Tyler was saying, right? We're supposed to be. The police are supposed to be apprehending people and then letting courts decide. This has so to bring it up. It's like it's like when
FYI,
Just missed it.
it's like when the
FYI,
right brings up.
all these guys knew him.
They
And,
had Derek
Kirk,
Chauvin had a previous encounter with him. I don't know if he knew. I don't think there's evidence to say that he knew like the gun to the pregnant woman thing or anything. They had like some previous encounter with him.
and
Seems like
also,
it was
Kirk, how do you know
smaller
the
community.
fetus didn't drop the gun first? Right? Maybe it was self-defense.
But
There's no
Kirk,
way
you can't. It's like the same thing with like with Kyle Rittenhouse. I'm obviously very pro Kyle Rittenhouse. You know, I was like locked in. I watched the trial live with a friend of mine. We were fucking cheering when Rittenhouse got acquitted of all charges. We saw it. We were watching this live. It was a great time. W Rittenhouse. But of course you get the normal like conservative people that are like, well, he just killed pedophiles and stuff. And yeah, I think like 2 of the people had like sex crimes and stuff, but that really doesn't play into, is this self-defense? It's not like Kyle, again, Kyle doesn't know these people. Even if he did, it's not like that means he's allowed to just like shoot them. Like that part of the conversation should just be separate. It's unrelated. So like if you're saying, well, on one hand, yeah, you could say, okay, I don't personally care that the people died because they were sex pests. That's a fine statement to say. But then to link it to like Kyle Rittenhouse and if he is responsible or not, that's like it's a non sequitur. It doesn't have anything to do with the situation. Same with George Floyd. It doesn't matter about any of his previous stuff for the talking about, did Derek Chauvin do something wrong? Was this murder? Right? That's like, that shouldn't even be brought up. So if you just want to say separately, you just personally don't care. Yeah, I don't think the left should be like idolizing and martyrizing George fucking Floyd. I don't think it should be naming stuff after him. I think he seems like a bad dude. But you make the mistake of connecting that to the interaction he had with Derek Chauvin. Those are 2 separate things, right? One thing, both things can be true at the same time, right? But they don't influence each other.
But I'm
Yeah,
saying,
but it was
as
Chauvin
Futoy,
did
as
nothing
Futoy
wrong.
pointed out, Derek Chauvin had previous encounters with them, so it's very likely he knew about his bad actions.
Again, even if he did, that doesn't matter, right? That's if you're a policeman, you're not Like that's almost a worse look, because that means there would be intentionality there. That he, like, if you're arguing almost two things. You're saying that Derek Chauvin didn't kill him; he actually died of a drug overdose. But you're saying Derek Chauvin was justified if he did hypothetically kill him because he knew that George Floyd pointed a gun at a pregnant woman's stomach. Like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. And K2, I didn't pay for this. K2, you didn't pay enough for me to buy this game. I would lose money. I explained this yesterday. This game's $52. I would lose money if I bought this game. I don't know if I like this game, and I can't tell by the demo.
Sucks. Kirk, like, you can't allow police to execute people at the side of the street. Like, it's just, you just can't do it.
That's not what happened to Toy. Nobody executed him.
Yeah, because he was overdosing on drugs as well.
No, the
Yeah, see,
guy,
that's
the
the
cop,
question.
now
If
got
you
the
live a
neck
life-
curb.
It-
That's
if
not
you-
Toy, that can't kill you.
Floyd. Yeah, if you live a life where you're always encountering the cops, and that's the kind of life you choose to live, and you're going to be on drugs, I mean, and you're going to potentially almost be overdosing, you know, it's a little hard for the cops to handle you with kid gloves when they're trying to restrain you.
Wait, hold on.
it's just-
How did he die?
And they
How
were
did he-
extremely nice to him. He OD'd, that's how he died.
He OD'd, yeah.
I don't think it was OD.
Well, no,
He OD'd on
to be
fentanyl.
fair, I think there's two conflicting autopsies that you could go off of to say whether you think he overdosed or whether you think it was.
Yeah, they redid the autopsy because they didn't like the truth. So they got a second one done. They wanted a second opinion, even though the other one was conclusive that he OD'd and had heart
Yeah, well,
complications because of the drugs.
And then now you have conflicting results, which means it's just up to you which one you believe.
Yeah, I
That's
believe
crazy.
the initial report because they don't have any reason to lie.
That's some serious
But
power.
then you got a
Well-
judge who's already biased, who wants to rewrite the history of it.
All right, just say he was ODing or whatever. What was wrong with him? Is it okay? Like, did he give the cop a reason to kneel on the back of his neck?
That's standard protocol in multiple different precincts across the nation. You can even find videos of today encounters where police do that. And Steven Crowder did a video where he even let the dude sit on his back with both knees, not
Hate
just one,
conservatives
both knees.
sometimes so much.
And it proved that it does not kill you.
Section
Even
is
had the
so-
dude kneel on his
Section.
neck.
I feel like I've explained this to you before.
Did
If you
you
don't
watch it or
understand how,
not?
of course I did. I watched it.
Okay,
I
then
watched
you
it
know
like
I'm
the-
right.
No, I.
Yes.
No.
he
How
did
are
it.
you this retarded?
Oh,
Okay,
you
like
say, no, you're retarded if you couldn't see the video and
I
tell
saw
that he was putting force on his back. Did Crowder die?
Section.
Did
You
Crowder
can
die?
Listen to what I'm about to say, and then tell me if you still stand your opinion. Okay? So there's people that they get punched in the back of the head and they die. Right? There's ways that happen. People for multiple reasons. A punch can hit in different spots. You could be of the type that maybe you're like an older person, maybe you're not as healthy, and so a punch, if you hit Mike Tyson in his prime, it's not going to kill him. If you punched me with a lot of strength in the back of my head, it might kill me. So that's obviously true on its face. So to recreate it, let's say someone did die by getting punched in the back of the head. That would be like me. That'd be like Mike Tyson. Let's say he's like a healthy guy. And he's like, okay, someone punched me in the back of the head. And then he's like, hey, I didn't die. So therefore, you would conclude fairly that that proves that the guy who got punched in the head died, that the punch wasn't the result of his death? Like, that makes no sense, right? Like, you can get, people get shot, people get stabbed. Sometimes people get stabbed in the stomach and they die. Sometimes they get stabbed in the stomach and they don't die. So to try to do recreation, you'd have to have the exact same person with the exact amount of pressure and the exact same, like that's not what Crowder did. Crowder just got him,
Maybe, but
who
George
doesn't
Floyd
have
was bigger than
who doesn't have like a
Crowder
heart
and
defect
any of those
going on.
cops.
Yeah, but
What?
also wasn't George Floyd like a big burly black guy?
He was
Like,
a huge fucking dude.
He had a heart condition.
Yeah, from the drugs.
It doesn't matter why. I'm saying don't
it doesn't
shift the
matter why.
goalposts. We're talking about the
Still
Crowder
wouldn't be.
thing.
That still wouldn't be the hold killing him. It would be the drugs killing him.
Okay,
Oh,
so you're
we're not-
shifting the goalpost. So do you at least agree? And so
No, I'm not.
don't run from the
I
Crowder
didn't
thing.
run or shift the goalpost.
Then talk about
I
the
answered
Crowder
your
thing.
question.
What's the Crowder thing? So
Yeah.
So how does that
George
change
Floyd
things?
is bigger than Crowder, and the
I'm not
guy
I'm
who
not just
knelt
talking
on
about-
Crowder
I'm not talking about
was bigger
size.
than Chauvin.
I'm talking about health, and I also
You were just making a comparison to force difference and size difference.
I'm giving you multiple
telling you-
things that can be different. Health is one of those things. Age is one of those things.
Sure.
The way you get punched in the back of the head, or the way that someone
Okay,
kneels on your
and-
neck, all of those things are different.
Yeah,
Everyone has
can
different
you tie that
physiology,
to George Floyd?
physiognomy, whatever the word is I'm looking for.
Physiology.
Physiology. Thank you.
Physiology.
Physiology.
Yeah. Can
Something
you
else.
tie that to George Floyd and how that would
When
disprove what I
Futo is
said?
correcting you,
I'm saying that Crowder is not the same person as George Floyd. I could kneel on two different people's
Sure.
necks. One of them could die. One of them could live. I could punch two people in the back of the head with the same force. One of them could die. One of them could live. If I punch on someone who's already, let's say, has a
Punching someone and
close to
kneeling
a
on them are
brain-
two different things.
I know it's an analogy section. If it was the same,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be an analogy anymore, right? So it's an analogy. I'm saying
Yeah.
you could do the same action.
The
You could
thing is-
stab someone in the same way, and one person dies and one person doesn't. But it would be stupid if you saw me get stabbed and I die. It would be stupid for you to make a video and let someone stab you and be like, hey, I didn't die, therefore it must have been the drugs that killed Confluence and not the stab wound. No, we wouldn't apply in any other situation. We would see how stupid, how utterly brain dead that is.
What's stupid is that example. That's what's stupid.
What's
This police
tell me what's
force
wrong
has
with
been
that?
used for
Okay, so
decades.
if you want to move on from
Decades.
the Crowder thing, so it seems like you're incapable or
No,
unwilling to
I'm not
defend
moving
that.
on to anything. Your example is not the Crowder thing.
But hold on.
What's the symmetry breaker between you could have two things happen to somebody? There's people that have fallen 6 feet backwards and
yes,
died,
what you're
and you
saying
can fall
is
6
true.
feet and
There can be
live.
differences. Now I'm telling you, tie that in your example to the Crowder thing.
Okay,
Show me how it couldn't have been the
George
case
Floyd
that someone
had like
bigger
a
than
heart
Crowder.
issue. He had a heart issue.
Not until after the drugs he didn't. He had
doesn't-
heart complications because of the drugs.
It doesn't matter why he had a
Was
heart
he having a
condition.
heart attack without the drugs?
He didn't give the cop a reason to kneel on him. And when you watched the video,
Yes, he
didn't
did.
Yes, he
Yes, he
did.
did.
on him.
See, here's the thing, Futoy. I think you don't even know the thing chronology, or what is it? The chronology of events, right? Because they had him. Listen, they had him calmly placed in the back of the car, and he was already complaining about not being able to breathe. They were kind and gently took him out of the car and told him to sit down on the curb. And
Which
he
they
did.
should have never
And
done, by
after
the way.
that-
They already had him in
You
the
could
car.
argue
They
that,
shouldn't have let him
sure.
out of the fucking car.
They should have hauled his ass right to jail from there and said, "Shut up."
Right,
Sure.
so the
But
first
they
mistake
did.
was them
They were
letting him
trying
out of
to
the
be
car.
nice to him, and they were calling an ambulance to get him medical attention, but they wanted him to sit there on the curb. And dude did not want to stay still and sit on the curb. And that's when they had to start putting restraints on him, which
I
is
don't
a
know.
protocol.
I think that it's pretty obvious though that if you're gonna mess around and be an asshole, you have to run. You're running the risk of potential danger to your body, with police officers.
Yeah.
I do have one clarifying point for section.
Sure.
So you said the heart condition was caused by the drug. Is that you assuming that, or do you have data?
Well, I don't know if he had like a heart murmur prior to this, but I know that in the toxicology report they said that he was not suffocated and that the fentanyl caused an overdose and a cardiac arrest issue. Yeah.
Yeah, tell
That's
me you
what
don't
the
know.
initial
I've said
report
this
said.
so many times. You're never gonna have your mind changed. You just have no idea how fentanyl works. You don't know how a fentanyl overdose looks like. Like if you're having a fentanyl overdose, you're not hyperventilating.
How would you know
and,
that claim?
How would I know that you don't know?
Yeah,
Doesn't it
how
put
would you
all-
make a claim that I have no idea what it means, what it looks
because
like? or
because
anything like that?
because if you truly knew, even from an academic thing or from a real life example, you would know that if people are overdosing on opioids, right, you're dying from respiratory depression. You're not like freaking out and talking and like panicking and doing. That's why the initial thing was the excited delirium. That's why that was the initial claim, because that would make at least
The
more
panicking was
sense.
probably from getting arrested.
If you're overdosing on fentanyl section, you were like passed out. You're not there. You're not talking. You're not doing anything. If you're dying from
which is why
fentanyl,
he-
you're not running around. You're not
Which is
fighting
why
the
he
cops.
passed out once it finally got into his system. The panic and the fighting the cops happened before the OD finally kicked in. Yeah. The death was from the OD, not the panicking and fighting the cops part.
So what point do you think he took the drugs, and then what point do you think he OD'd?
I think that he took the drugs when he got caught in the car, and when they were taking him out of the car, he swallowed it then. That shit doesn't hit your system immediately, especially if it was in a plastic baggie.
Doesn't it create little holes in your heart? Isn't that something?
No.
What drug is that?
It was fentanyl.
Fentanyl is what he had.
Are you saying the one that creates the holes? I don't know that.
I don't know about holes, but like cocaine is cardiotoxic. Like cocaine's very bad on your heart. I don't know if it creates holes, but it is cardiotoxic.
Although you could argue, if you remember Faces of Death, that big black guy that was shot like 100 times when he was all high on cocaine and he was still standing.
Yeah, that's just wild.
So you could kind of argue.
First of all, I would never watch that, but
that's why shotgun is better for home defense than 9mm. 9mm will go through your wall.
If you're under the influence of like meth or PCP or a strong stimulant, we've all seen police footage where you can get shot a bunch of times and you can still keep coming. But with Floyd has no weapons. He has no weapons on him. He's got someone on his neck. He's not a risk. He passes out, and George Floyd continues to kneel on his neck for like however many fucking minutes it was. Like the whole thing is just like such an insane thing.
Shogun was like adjusting and going between kneeling on his shoulder and kept sliding down, but he kept readjusting. It's not like he was on his neck the whole time. And you can't choke someone out from behind.
It looked like an execution.
The back of their neck doesn't choke you.
I don't know. It looked like a single night out trying to arrest people, and it got caught on camera.
Yeah, and another thing is, we know street drugs can be laced with other things. Now, they said that the OD occurred from the fentanyl, but I don't remember if the toxicology report said that there was anything else within that. So, I mean, there could have been coke in his fentanyl.
From what I heard,
reverse that. Could have been fentanyl in his cocaine.
I couldn't hear you, Soda. Or there could have been fentanyl in cocaine, which we see a lot of. A lot of these fentanyl overdoses that you see nowadays,
everything.
It's not because they're taking fentanyl. It's because
even
a drug they thought was harmless, or wasn't supposed to have that effect, and lo and behold, it had
you don't know anything of what you're talking about, Section. You don't know anything of what you're talking
about.
Yeah,
well, confluence. He's right. A lot of drugs can cut fentanyl nowadays.
No. I can tell you guys. There is cases where it happens. These are accidents. There's no reason that you would ever put like fentanyl into someone's cocaine. But drugs.
Sure, you would.
There's not. You're gonna just make yourself sound more stupid, Section. There's no reason why you would do this.
High off of just fentanyl alone, right?
I'll finish my point. Okay, so there's no reason why you would put fentanyl in with cocaine or crack. Have people died in that way? They do something that is coke, and for some reason it has fentanyl in it. Yes, this has happened. It's a minority of cases. Cocaine is much more likely to be cut with other things like meth and that veterinarian medicine that like was destroying people's hearts. Maybe that's the whole hard thing. It starts with an L, and I always forget the name of it.
Isn't it ketamine or no?
No,
ketamine.
No, it's not ketamine.
I don't think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, ketamine's a healthy drug that's used all the time in a medical context. Obviously it can be dangerous, but ketamine's not toxic to your body in like normal amounts. But no, fentanyl is usually in other opiates. So yeah, if you're trying to do heroin or you're trying to do oxycodone or stuff, then yeah, they'll cut it because it's a cheap way that you'll still get like zonked, and it's a lot cheaper than just using Oxycontin or something like that. So yeah, that's where it's cut. But again, there is times where it's cut with coke or meth or something. Those are almost always accidents because there's no sane reason why. You're just like killing people. It's not adding to it.
It had to be coke. So I don't care about the metrics of how often that occurs.
Right.
I'm just saying it could have been cut into something else.
Yeah, he was an opioid addict, so he probably was trying to use opioids. Like we're in some weird
I don't know
now.
I was just asking a question. Do you think it was possible?
Wait, Section, do you believe if they didn't take him out of the car and he didn't kneel on his back of the neck and they brought him to prison, he would have died anyway? Is that what you're saying?
I think it's if he had ingested that fentanyl, yes, I do think that he would have, but I think it would have taken a prolonged amount of time, and I think that if he showed even more symptomology in the precinct, they would have had the medical staff on hand to actually treat him right then and there, and they had a potential of saving his life.
Yeah, they would
But
have. Yeah,
because
if
it played out the way that it did, he
One
OD'd on
thing-
the street.
So,
It's unfortunate,
whatever way
but
you look at it, then he did kill the guy.
no, he didn't. He did not make him ingest the fentanyl. He didn't cut his drugs with fentanyl. He did not make him take it.
Section. Once he passed, this is an honest question. And I understand I'm being a bit aggressive. You know, I'm not trying to come at you, but
Yeah, I'm
this is a-
fine, bro. Go
Okay,
for
this
it.
is an honest question. Why, like, once he's like clearly like passed out, why do you think Derek Chauvin, just real talk, why is he still, you know, restraining him with the knee, even if you're saying upper back or whatever?
Okay.
The guy's like
That's
passed
fair.
out. Like, what are we doing here?
Do we
at this
know
point?
that? Do we know that Chauvin knew he was passed out, or that he just settled down?
Why do you think that if you don't think that you could at that
Because-
point just
no,
get him?
because
in-
here's the thing. Yeah, if you don't know that the person has just settled down or is trying to trick you out, you're gonna keep them in the hold just to be sure.
for a brief. Okay, do you remember if I can ask about
Well,
a different
until someone
case?
says the plan is different.
Do you
There's no
remember
set
the-
limit on how long you're allowed to hold them in the hold.
You look, that's fine. Do you remember that the case with oh, what was his name? The subway guy that then they decided to charge him, where the guy was like threatening to like kill people on the subway.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
where the
Subway
guy
Jared?
was literally trying to kill, like saying he was going to kill people, and then a hero stood up. And
His
put a
name's like
staff to it.
Daniel. Does anyone remember his name? It's like Daniel
I thought
something.
his
I
name was
think.
Jared.
No, not
Wait,
that.
Daniel
Funny
Penny?
joke, Kirk.
might
I'll
know.
allow it, but not
Daniel-
Jared from Subway.
Daniel Penny.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes, I think so.
Totally
Yeah,
got
he was like a
Yeah,
vet.
that is.
Yeah. Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you. And so in that case, right? He had the guy in a rear naked choke, and you know,
Yep.
and yes, he holds it for. And I was in arguments with leftists when this happened, and they're like, no, he killed the guy, and I'm like, no, okay, like you're the guy's like dangerous. He's being choked out, and yes, there is at a length of time where I agree with you, Section, where it's like you're unsure. If you have somebody, you're on the ground too. In that video, they're both on the ground. You have someone in a rear naked choke. You don't know. As soon as they like start to go limp, it's like okay, but you're gonna hold it probably a little bit after that to be sure. And in that case, I think that
Right.
guy shouldn't have been charged because yeah, I think he held it for another like 40 seconds or something, and then he stops. At that point, it is obvious.
Sure.
If you've ever seen someone pass out or felt someone pass out, like I'm not trying to be like this guy, but like I've done jujitsu, so you can feel when somebody goes limp.
Yeah,
Like
same.
it's okay, good. So you know what
I've
I'm
done
talking
it for
about then.
15,
So
15 years. Yeah.
okay, based. Okay, so
So
then you
I'm
know
aware
that
of
it's like
what
it's
what
very
it feels
obvious
like,
when
yeah.
someone starts going limp, and it's like if this was a lifer, like obviously if someone
Can
starts
be.
going limp in a jiu-jitsu thing, you would stop immediately, even if they don't tap.
I'll tell you,
But
with
but you
heavier
might
people
hold it
who
for
are already
45
leaning on
seconds.
you some kind of way, it can be harder to tell.
Yes, but you're
Because
not
you can't tell
you're
if it's
not
just
going
their
to.
dead weight or they're actually limp.
I know, but once someone is like actually passed out, it would be insane to hold that for. And maybe you could say this is a lack of training on Chauvin's part. It would be insane to keep that going. Like the reason I'm down with defending Daniel, what was his name? Sorry, Penny.
Penny.
The reason I'm down with defending Daniel Penny because that guy held it
Quarter nickel
for like I don't know, something like 45 seconds after the point at maybe he seems to go limp, and it's like but if you're wrong about that and you let the guy up, you're on the ground too. That guy could just turn around, he could pull out a weapon, he could do all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a buffer window of like maybe a minute where it makes sense that you're gonna keep restraining the person. After someone goes limp, 6, 7, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, there's like a line where it's like
7.
this is just insane, right? Like this is a ridiculous amount of time to like to have someone be completely limp and unmoving and still feel the need to have your knee on their neck. That would be
Chokeholds
insane.
and shit like that, I would agree with you. Police protocol is you hold them on the ground until the plan between you and your partners is to move. You don't let them up for nothing until the plan is to move. And
Okay,
it's
but
not
okay,
like that hold
can I-
is supposed. Hold on, wait. A chokehold is meant to incapacitate someone. You are looking for the signs of them passing out. They didn't know he was going to OD when it was the Derek Chauvin hold, and that hold is not for making people pass out. So it's just for restraining them. So even if the guy stopped moving, and I don't know because I'm not in Chauvin's head, but what I would assume is he thought that St. Floyd just decided to stop fighting. That's all.
Okay,
And he didn't
so
think to check.
I'm just
So
curious.
you
So
could
if
maybe
you
say negligence for not checking on him in that moment, maybe, but there's nothing wrong with him holding him from that point forward until everyone was like, are we all good? okay, it's time to move, roll them over. That's how they operate. That's police protocol. You don't just let them up whenever you feel like it.
Okay, I have a series of questions that I want to ask if you're willing, Section, but I do want to read this chat because this
I'm
is
always
like
willing. Yeah.
boots on the ground from Let's Chief. How many people have you held in a chokehold beyond the point that they have pissed themselves after dying?
I haven't killed anyone from doing a chokehold.
Right.
So I don't know how that question's even relevant.
Let me ask you something,
But
Council.
Let's Chief likes to take pot shots from the shadows. So that's fine.
I think it's a useful question, but wait, I want to ask Section just a brief
I don't see
follow-up.
how.
So Section, so from like you said that he should have stopped. What was your line when there was a plan, or what did you say?
Plan to
So,
move.
okay, so yeah, so when it's a planned move, police follow a specific protocol on how to handle aggressive individuals. You don't, like, even if you personally, as the singular cop, think, oh, this guy stopped fighting me, it's okay to let him up. You still don't let him up immediately. You have to make sure your team members are all ready and everyone's in agreement, everyone knows the next step, and then you do it. You move as a unit. That's how police operate, especially in these situations.
Okay,
So for him to keep holding that hold, which isn't even supposed to incapacitate, just restrain, in his mind, he's just following protocol, and he doesn't even know that the dude's ODing underneath him.
Okay, so I guess my question is, let's say, do you put a time limit on that? Let's say it took an hour for them to have this like ability to like move and stuff. Are you fine with Derek Chauvin being on his neck for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours? Is there a limit?
Well, again, he wasn't on his neck the entire time, and I don't know what the protocol time frame would be if there is one set. And you could argue maybe in future encounters there should be one set.
But let's say it was different, and he was on.
I don't know if there was a time limit or not.
Let's say he was. George Floyd is peed himself. He's unconscious. Let's say then the video keeps going for another hour. Would you still defend that? Is there some point that you would say a sane human that values life is going to get off this person?
So I wouldn't care about the peeing it part because a lot of people pee themselves even when they're not dead. So that's almost irrelevant.
On, man.
So what I would say, hold on, wait, listen. If it had been, I would say longer than, I want to say 15 to 20 minutes, I probably would have just turned him on his side and did a different restraint. So I probably wouldn't have supported them holding him down for half an hour or an hour or something like that. That seems excessive. And their team would have had plenty of time to communicate whatever the next step needed to be and enact that. So, I mean, even 20 minutes seems excessive to me, especially to keep them in the same hold. But then again, at the same time, here's another scenario for you, though. What if they called for backup, but they said backup was 30 minutes out? Should they hold him in the hold or let the guy up and potentially have him, because he's bigger, remember, he's a bigger dude and he's already on drugs. Should they let him up at that point and risk it, or hold him there until the backup arrives?
I guess it's interesting that you think there is an amount that would be egregious, but you don't think that amount, I guess, is like 6 or whatever, how many minutes, where the guy, as Leslie pointed out, has pissed himself, is like clearly like not incapacitated.
Was it clear?
I mean, we've seen the video.
As a watcher of the video, all of that seems so evident. But if you're in the moment, it's a lot different. I'm sure you guys have been in fights before, right? Did you think of every single thing you possibly could have thought of in the middle of that fight or not? Probably not, right?
Okay, well, I'm glad you said that, though, because this is the thing I come back to. I understand this is a vibes-based thing. I've said it before. The thing that really gets me with that video is that Derek Chauvin has his fucking hands in his pocket. Because if I'm in a real fight, if I'm even in a jiu-jitsu sparring thing, if I have my hands in my pockets, I'm obviously not in the state you're in. I'm not like, oh my god, I'm like worried about something. Like, and then to me, there's no reason to put your hands in your pockets besides a fucking power move. You're trying to just like dominate the person. There's no reason that you would otherwise do that. Like, what do you like from a human perspective? Like, if we take away the politics of the situation, from a human perspective, if you are like, why do you think he had his hands in his pockets? Like, just be dead ass with me.
So I don't know if he had his hands in his pockets or not. I've heard conflicting opinions on that. Some say that the pockets are drawn way too tight. Hold on. Some say that the pants are drawn way too tight to actually have your hands in there. and that he had his hands resting on his thighs instead. I don't know for certain, and I don't think that the video actually shows his hands in his pockets. Like,
have you
his whole
seen the
hand-
video?
Yeah, I've seen the video from multiple angles. Yeah. And none of them made me think that his hands were all the way in his pockets. Have you ever rested your hands on your thighs near your pockets and it may have looked like they were in there? I don't know if he had them or not.
I don't
And I
think
don't
you've
think any
seen
of the
the
videos
video
were clear enough
section.
to see it. I
No,
have
if you're-
seen it. I'm telling you, I have.
And you don't think his hands were in his pockets?
Yeah, I don't
You know
think so.
You know what the better debate is why do we not have mental institutions? I don't understand that.
Well, we absolutely should, but they'd be full right now. That's why they don't have them. And they want these crazies
guess
on the
what?
street because they want the chaos. They want the problems because then they have something to save you all from.
Oh my
All right,
lord.
section.
There-
I'm gonna
there will-
if I can figure out how to do this, I'm gonna pull this up.
If they're willing
Because
to,
I'm
if
starting
they're-
to think you haven't seen the fucking video, honestly.
I have seen the video Confluence. I've seen it from multiple angles. I have seen the video.
Okay, well then I
And
guess
I don't know
I'm
why
gonna.
you're trying to discredit what I'm saying as a counterpoint by saying you haven't seen the video. Yes, I have. Why bother trying to poison the well? Just contend.
Okay, it's
Is it
on.
possible
It's
that he
on.
had
It's
his
on.
hands
It's
his
on.
legs instead?
It's on the stream. So it'll. There's a bit of a delay.
Hey, hold on.
So if you can
Oh,
go
wait,
go
I
to
gotta
the
go to my computer.
yeah go to the YouTube, and like
I got,
if you're
uh,
seeing this, do
he's
you
on my
really
screen, hold
not
on.
think that his hands are in his pockets? Because you said you've seen all the videos.
Hold on, I gotta pull it up.
Yeah, no, and there's a bit of a stream delay. So
but he wears black gloves. They always wear black gloves. The latex.
so Brett, you're seeing this, and you're saying
I'm
you
watching.
don't see.
Yeah.
You don't see.
No,
you don't
I'm
think his
saying-
hands
I'm-
are in his pockets?
I'm saying I can't tell.
Are
I'm
you
saying
serious?
when they apprehend people and they search
Yeah,
people,
in
they
that
always are
still
wearing
frame-
black gloves.
Yeah, I can't see his hands. So
Oh,
I don't
can
know if
admit
his
to
hands
that.
are in his pockets at
Yeah.
that point or not.
So
And it's way too far
This
away and
is-
grainy for you to actually see his hand.
this
have
is
another
this
angle?
is
So say
You
his
guys
hand was
do-
in
you
his
guys are
pocket.
do-
You can't
you
even
and
see the
Brett
outline
both.
of his hand there.
you guys.
No,
you
I'm
and
just
Brett.
being
This is
honest.
why I
I'm
understand,
just
but this is why
saying.
people
Yeah,
say
that's your
conservatives
opinion.
deny reality. Because like this is in front of
No,
you.
it's not.
This is a person
guess
that is
it's-
clearly has their
You're
hands
telling
in
me-
their pockets,
okay.
and you guys are like,
Is he
no,
making a fist in that pocket or is his hands spread out? Can you see the outline or not?
no, I could
I
just
can't.
tell his hands are in his pockets.
No, but you think his hands are in his pockets, but you can't even see the outline in the pockets.
Do you have another camera
So
angle?
how do you know?
I'm
Another
losing
picture?
my fucking mind. I am losing my fucking mind.
Maybe change the contrast in the photo.
I'll see if I can find the video.
USA Today. I mean, CNN made what's his name look like a beautiful man.
George Floyd?
No, who was that guy that? Who was the? Oh man, I'm forgetting who it was.
Well, I know, but what's the what context are you talking?
I'm trying to remember. It was like I think it was an assassination attempt.
Luigi and
that-
Amonchi. Oh,
No, because because his ass is still alive. I'm talking about.
Man,
Well, who was it?
oh, hey, the older man that was in the deer stand.
No, it's somebody that died, and they were trying to dumb up his photo for sympathy, and CNN made him look like this beautiful guy, and then they showed a side by side of his actual picture. And,
I think that was
he-
Freddy, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're
Who
talking about. I think it was
I think that
Freddy.
was Freddy.
because
They
it
made him
was
look like real fucking Chad, but he was actually like a goober.
Is he not? Was he in a scrubs?
yeah, what did he do? What was the deal?
he protested
Uh,
ICE.
Yeah, and then got
Yeah,
shot. In the
No,
yeah,
he got involved
that's
in
it.
an active arrest
That
in the
was
scene
it.
and
Yeah.
was putting his
Yeah.
hands on police officers and
Yeah,
was
and
concealed
CNN
carrying without his permit
yeah.
or his ID.
Yeah, and
With
CNN
a
doctored
save
the
nonetheless.
photo. I mean, that's the type of shit though that you have to contend with. I mean, that's what sucks nowadays with photos and AI and all that shit. But it's unfortunate. I mean,
What are we
that's the
talking
only
about?
reason why.
We're talking about Preddy. I hate
Yeah,
the
that was the
modern
Preddy
internet.
case.
Why it shouldn't be so hard for me to just find the original. All I can find is fucking news, fucking clips. It shouldn't be this hard
You
for me
see
to
that thing
fucking
I
find
sent you
this
on
shit.
Discord?
Yeah, I see it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe DuckDuckGo.
Because, like, I mean, it looks like he has his
I
hand
know.
in his pocket, but when you zoom in, this could just be pixels, but it does look like there's a shade difference between his pants, the color of his pants, and the
Right.
color of what looks to be an outline of the glove that would sit on his thigh.
Yeah, and there's people who were police who have said, I wore those same type of pants, and that when you kneel down or crouch down or anything like that, the pant gets so tight across your thigh, you can't put your hand in your pants.
Yeah, I used to wear
It
them
just won't
too.
work. Now, I
I
don't
wish
know
I could
that to be
find
fact
this, like,
because I
just
never wore those
full
pants
fucking
myself,
footage.
but that's what people are saying, and it's valid. It's a valid point to question. I'm not saying it's one way or the other, but to me, I can't tell from the photo. And other police officers have said that your pants don't work like that when you're kneeling like that. So I don't know. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying one way or another. And everyone's freaking out over it. Like, well, give me a clearer photo so I can tell.
Yeah, I have at least part of the video. Best I can
Also,
fucking find.
section. You said right. They took him out of the car while they were waiting to get him medical attention. So if you're calling an ambulance to get medical attention for somebody, you're going to kneel on the back of their neck.
Well, listen, it's standard protocol to have an EMT come check him out, but if he starts fighting back after that, they still have to restrain him. Like, for example, if the cops want to put me in the back of the car, I'm like, oh, I can't breathe, and they're like, okay, well, we're going to sit you down on the sidewalk. Can I just run off then? And they don't have to stop me?
That's not what happened, section.
That's what he was trying to do. Yeah, he was trying. He started struggling and wanted to run off. He wouldn't sit down on the sidewalk like they told him.
No, and he also did he cry out for his mother at one point as well?
Yeah, which is a whole lot of talking for someone who can't breathe. I don't know if you guys have ever had the wind
It's a
knocked out
whole
of you,
lot
but
of-
you
it's a whole
literally
lot of-
can't make words
It's
come
a whole
out.
lot of talking for someone who's fucking overdosing on fentanyl too, if you think about it.
Yeah, well, if it's slowly draining into his system, yeah, and right up until the point where enough of it hit his system that he couldn't talk at all anymore, and he actually couldn't breathe because he was dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, Red Eye Gooner. I don't know. I
Kirk's
didn't
like,
even think that
yeah.
was I didn't even think that was the thing that anyone contested, that he has hands in his pockets. But apparently, we're just denying what we're seeing.
I'm
And
saying
I
it's not
understand what
clear.
you guys are saying. But I don't know. And I don't know, man. That's
Yeah,
not
I
what
think that it's a valid critique.
not what I'm seeing.
You don't have a good enough picture that makes it definitive. It's worth questioning. That's not weird.
I don't know. It looks to me like all
I'm
the
gonna be-
entire video, they all have gloves on.
Yeah,
They
well,
do
the
have, they
girl-
do have they do have gloves on. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't know.
And how
the
easy is
last
it to
point
put
you
your hand
made-
in your pocket with gloves?
Yeah, with the hands in the pockets. I don't know if I'm sold on the narrative that he did have his hands in his pocket. I don't think I'm sold on that. I think there's enough. I
Okay.
think there's a
And
non-zero
so-
chance that he could have had his hand on his thigh.
Exactly. That's the point that I'm making. It's a non-zero chance. Now, Confluence, let me just go ahead and grant you. Let me
that's so crazy.
grant you that he had his
My
hands in his
honest
pockets.
opinion. It's
So
my
what?
honest opinion.
He thought he was going to be there for a while, holding that hold for a while. Who cares if his hands are in his pockets if it's more comfortable for him? Why frame it like he's trying to mog him?
If he did have his hands in his pocket, he was mogging him.
Like,
Yeah,
well, I mean, you could claim that, sure, but who says that's what it's for? Maybe he was just being more comfortable.
because
cares?
it's kind of one of those things where if you're a public
Kind of-
servant, I think there's a certain professionalism that I expect for you not to do things that reflect badly on the police and then the city.
So having your hands in your pocket reflects badly on the police in the city?
Other
Because
people can.
I'm pretty sure mugging wasn't even a term when this occurred.
No,
was it?
no, no. I'm not. I wouldn't say he's definitionally mogging or that he's doing it on purpose. I'm just saying I
Right.
do expect professional, or I guess citizens or servants of the government to display a certain professionalism. And yes,
Sure.
the media can look at that and then determine, oh, we can decide anything's unprofessional. I agree, but in this example, in my opinion, I do think that would be an unprofessional look for police officers.
See, now I'm
Sure,
now
I
now
respect
I'm
that
now
opinion,
maybe
but
is there
I
a
just don't
chance
see how
that
it's unprofessional.
is there a chance that section is right? Because
That's what
now
I'm saying. I mean, I can't tell. I think
I don't know if I'm right. I'm just giving you my opinion. You asked me for my
But
opinion.
then I found this other angle, but I wish I can't find because all these fucking news things they would just like show the footage. It's all like fucking cut.
Yeah, they don't want you to actually be able to determine it for yourself. They want the right
But I-
angle with the fuzziness so that there's
thought-
doubt,
No,
so
there's
that
a
they can
minute.
paint their narrative on it.
There is a minute by minute though. I think it was 60. I think it was 60 minutes. It had the whole. It's like a 1 hour video, but 60 minutes did a minute by minute, if I recall.
If there's video evidence of the cop doing the right thing, they would definitely show that 100%.
No.
That's
So
not the
this is-
claim, Floyd.
This is the- this is the other-
That food toy?
This is the other angle, and so I don't know if these were at the same time. If this is another angle, well then, yeah, maybe his hands are not in his pockets. Let me pull this up. So again, it's going to
Love
be
to see the
delayed for the
video
people
of him
in
putting
the
his hands
Discord.
in his pocket or taking them out of his pocket
Because-
because it would make it very clear at that point.
Yeah, so again, so for us on Discord, the stream is a bit delayed, but once you see it from this, if this is the same angle, well, yeah, this one, his hands are obviously not in his pockets. You can see the gloves, and then, but obviously, I don't know if these are at the exact same. I don't know what the span of time is between these two like shots. So let me know when you guys can see it, because in this one, yeah, his hands are definitely, you know, you can see the gloves. His hands are not in his pockets. In this one, sure, it looks like they're in the
Same shade as
pockets,
his
but
pants,
maybe, yeah, maybe it is just blending in with the pants. Maybe that's actually not so crazy.
It's very grainy, so it's hard to tell. That's all I'm saying. You can't actually 100% say.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you right now, you're right 100% about those pockets. Those pockets are actually up on the side of your. To put your hand in those pockets, they're on the side. That's how those.
Yeah, they're not like your normal.
Look up a picture of a
They're not,
Pockets.
yeah, they're not jean pockets.
Sorry, I must have missed something. Why is it a big deal if it was in his pockets or not?
Well, they're saying that it would be unprofessional to have your hands in your pockets while restraining someone.
Yeah.
Not just
I don't
unprofessional.
know why,
I think
I mean,
it's
they're
like I think
entitled
it's
to
like
their
a
opinion.
I think it's like a power move. I think it's like I'm trying to display dominance.
I wouldn't
you-
go that
just
far.
you putting
I would
that on
I
him,
would just
or-
leave it as unprofessional.
Is there a way to prove that he was doing some kind of power move? Like,
It's not. I
why,
just think any.
why
I think
assign that to him?
if he like again, so maybe you're right, and maybe his hands are in his pockets. Maybe I'm just like wrong about this. I'm not sure, but
I
if
don't
his
know.
hands are in his pockets, I think that destroys the idea that he's just like obviously he's not in like a fight or flight mode, because like if you're like you said, Section, you've been in fights, you wouldn't if you're actually like afraid, you're not gonna be like in a relaxed, I'm gonna put my hands in, you're gonna be ready, you're gonna have your hands prepared in case something happens, right?
Sure, yeah. If I was in a fight with the person,
I think they banned this. Did they not ban that they can't? They're not allowed to kneel on the back of somebody.
Brandon says,
they
what
didn't.
case are you guys talking about? I feel like that's a
no Futoy.
Good.
There's videos even from today's day and age, like a week ago, where they're doing the same exact hold on someone else. It's police protocol. This is what I'm telling you. They train the police to do this hold in the precinct. And they say, ideally, you're supposed to keep your knee on their shoulder blade. It doesn't say you must, or that you're going to kill them if you don't. It just says, ideally, the goal is to have your knee planted on their shoulder blade.
Yeah, in that picture, it's on the back of his neck. Like, I mean, that's gonna cause damage no matter what. Like,
Well, it's not. It's not actually, because you have a bone on the back of your neck. So you can't suffocate someone from the back of their neck. You have to either do the side for the carotid artery or the front of their neck to actually close off their windpipe.
Yeah, it depends if his neck, if the other side of the neck is on the curb.
Well, it's not. It's on the street.
The Flash has
You run
see
your
the
life
gap.
rough. You run your life rough. It's not a good life to live.
Yeah, overall, don't fight the police. That's my best advice.
Does that
Yeah,
mean
but
it's not
again,
like
like two things can be true. Yeah, don't fight the police, you know, but that doesn't
Sure.
doesn't really have anything to do with, you know, did Derek Chauvin kill him or not, right?
No,
I
but
don't think he
you're
did.
open to the risk. I mean, you know,
It's like the Tom Petty ice thing, right? It's like, yeah, don't go to a protest with a firearm, but also
Concealed carry without a permit and a
Tom
license.
Petty got executed, right? Like two things can be true.
Hey,
He's doing
I
nonsense.
don't
We
think it
see
was an
him.
execution either.
He's not a saint. You see him like kick off the mirror in like a week earlier or whatever, right? He's like clear like a little shit disturber.
Yeah, the rear turn
But in
signal.
the video, the gun is removed from him and he just gets shot. And
But you don't know that everyone else
he wasn't
knew that
reaching
the
for
gun
the
was
gun.
removed.
Yeah, I think there was
Primal-
confusion because you have people yelling gun,
And
gun and all this
you know
stuff,
what?
but
You know what kind of gun he had?
yes.
I think it was like a SIG 320 or 230 or something like that. They're known for going off.
Yeah, they are.
Healthy discharges.
They are, but
And
he,
so when the
he
other
never
guy
had, he
picked
never
up the
had
gun,
the gun. The gun
it
was in his
fired.
waistband. He never reached for the gun. Someone else took his gun, and then Pretty gets shot.
No,
We-
yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is there were multiple cops, right? And they don't know. The guy who took the gun knew he took the gun, but the other ones may not have known that he took the gun. And so they're all restraining a guy that they know they confirmed he was armed, but they didn't confirm that he had been unarmed. A gun goes off. Standard police protocol, I would imagine, is if you suspect that the suspect is trying to shoot you or your partner, you shoot them. So they all got up and did that.
yeah, and it's also dangerous to climb a cliff, free climb a cliff. We ain't gonna do anything about that.
And furthermore, he has a right to have a gun, but in his state, he's supposed to have a concealed carry permit, which he did not have on him, and you are legally required to. He did not have his identification, which, if you're going to concealed carry, you also are required to have on you, not in your car, on your
this
person.
is the irrelevant
And
points that I'm
wait,
talking
either-
about.
wait,
It's
can I
not like the
correct
cops
one
knew
thing?
this.
And
Hang on, can I correct one thing? The police
Goes to
chief
intent.
Brian O'Hara confirmed that Freddie possessed a legal state-issued permit to carry a handgun.
he owned a permit, but he did not have it with him at the time.
Right.
Is that why
Well,
in your
they're
shot
supposed to have it
section
with
did they
you.
check? Did they check if he had the
No.
permit and then decide to shoot him?
No,
It's an irrelevant point.
No,
He's got,
Conflict
it's not
doesn't
irrelevant.
include your
shoot to
intent.
kill. He's got no permit with him. Shoot him.
it's not irrelevant for those of us that are analyzing it afterwards.
Section just about the George Floyd thing. That cop got prosecuted and sentenced, right? They found him guilty. The courts,
Yeah, but he's on appeal. Yeah.
right? So
they did.
I mean, the
And a
courts
woke-ass
are
judge, so.
generally gonna favor a cop, right?
Well, they
Well,
didn't this time.
Obviously
I don't know-
not, or he
I
would
don't
have
know
gotten
about-
off of the charges.
I don't know about
no.
that. Like, I see. This is where I will actually be more on section side. I think George Floyd. I think Derek Chauvin was guilty. I don't necessarily know if he had any ability to receive a fair trial for a couple of reasons. First of all, the case is so polarized. You're never going to find someone who doesn't have like a strong opinion on this at all. It's like it's one of the biggest cases, like especially with like social media and stuff in like modern American times. And second of all, you know, there's that whole thing where there was like someone had fucking perjured themselves, one of the jurors, where they said they were like not involved in like Black Lives Matter or whatever, and then we discovered that they were involved in Black Lives Matter, and that happened later. So like I don't think he did get a fair trial. I think he's still guilty though, but I think it's fine. I don't think I feel bad about saying that because I can chew gum and walk. Like a lot of things can be true at the same time. So I don't think he had any chance of getting a fair trial. And I don't know if he necessarily did get one, but I still think he's guilty.
But nobody's outraged with that.
Well, a lot of people are outraged with that. It's just, I don't know. it's hard in this case to even get a fair trial. I don't know, the jury thing, that is one thing that is like an actionable thing that people can point to. My other problem is just like, this is such a hot button case that everyone already knows about. You're not going to find impartial people, right? Like, because of how social media works, because everyone in the continental and outside of the US knows about this case, you're not going to find someone who's going to be like completely unbiased in this. So this is just, I guess, the pushback against Futoy's thing. Yeah, in general, people will side, the courts will try to side with cops, maybe, but like, this was so politicized that it obviously would go to trial. At that point, it's left in the hand of jurors, and the jurors are obviously going to be, if anything, biased against Derek Chauvin, for at least the vast majority of jurors, I would think.
I don't, but that's not how it works when they're picking the jury, right? Both sides get to pick to accept the jury.
No,
Yeah, but you
only get so many. You only get so many discharges.
You're muffled. You got your bag over your head again, Big Soda.
Yeah, like me
Or the pillowcase. I mean,
the defense or
Soda.
the prosecution aren't going to accept a juror who's obviously for one side or the other.
yes,
Like,
but then
no,
you only get so many vetoes. You can only say no to so many people, and so you're not. And like I said, one of them ended up lying and said that they weren't involved in like the BLM stuff, and they were. So it's. And yeah, and you can't just say no endlessly. So yeah, they both have a certain amount of vetoes. I don't know if that depends on the state. I'm not really sure, but you can, as the prosecutor and the defense, they both can like say no to people, but that's not endless. And because it's a case that everyone, again, in the US knows about already, you're just never going to find people that are like fully unbiased. So I don't know how you would get a fair, like, unbiased jury in this case, in a case that's so big that everyone knows about. I don't know how you could do it, you know?
Yeah, but like I said earlier, they should have done something different, right? They were waiting for medical attention. You don't kneel on somebody who's waiting for medical attention, whether you believe him or not, right? Just in case. So the cop fucked up. Either way you look at it,
agree.
he fucked up.
I think
It resulted in that guy's death, right?
I think he murdered him. I think Derek Chauvin murdered him. I think it's insane to think otherwise.
Maybe it wasn't intentional. Maybe it was. I don't know, but
I'm fine with that. Like, maybe the charges were a bit too much, because like, yeah, I don't know if it was intentional. Like, and in fact, my best guess is that it wasn't intentional. I don't think he actually was like, I'm just gonna kneel on this guy until he died. But there's a dereliction of duty if you're kneeling on someone. The guy's pissing himself. He's clearly unconscious. Everyone around you is like, he's unconscious. Everyone is begging you to get off him, and you're like, no, like you're maybe that's a third degree charge, you know, like, but it's murder, and I'd be fine with a third degree. So maybe they were trumped up a little bit because everything was so, you know, politicized.
Criminal negligence, but not murder.
Manslaughter, isn't it? Isn't that the term? Manslaughter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have been. Yeah, I wouldn't be like super upset if he got manslaughter. I think that's a fair thing, because I don't think he intended to kill him. I think he intended to be a little prick, and I think he intended to once it was clear that there was a danger to not do what I think any moral sane person would do. But I don't think he set out to kill him. I don't think he's like, yeah, I'm gonna keep applying pressure until he dies. So the charges are I think too high in that sense. I don't think he actually tried that.
But before you say that, wasn't there rumors, or even more than that they had business before this? They knew each other.
They had previous interaction, yes.
So we don't know what that's about. Maybe he
Lobster
did
says,
want
I
to
can't tell if this is rage, but which part, Lobs? I don't even see you say that. I don't
Wait
even
a
know
minute. Wait a minute. Food toy. That goes both ways. If they know the guy is normally a problem and he's normally a difficult,
fair point. Fair point. Yeah. All right, fair point.
And I'm not even so sure you could prove that they knew each other. Like, because when we talk about like burden of proof, especially them knowing each other, I think you have a good example that they know of each other.
I can't remember which case it was, but one of the two cases, the majority of the police involved all knew the particular suspect, and they all knew he was an asshole. And I don't remember if it was this one or if it was the other one.
I think the most we have with this is, like I said, I think there was previous encounters, but because wasn't one of them I don't know if I don't want to say something wrong, because I could be getting confused, but wasn't one of them like a bouncer at a club? Am I crazy? Am I like mixing this
Yeah,
up?
no,
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
That's what it was.
They were both bouncers, were they not?
I thought maybe
I thought it was
Chauvin was a
the
bouncer.
I think they both worked at a similar venue.
Yeah.
So they knew of each other, but to
Okay,
say
I have,
you
the,
know
I have
of-
the internet
know
in front of me.
someone.
I'll Google this. Did
Yeah,
George
something like that.
Floyd know?
You see,
Derek.
because the rumor going around that I remember was that they had some sort of shady business going on, and
Okay, so it
it
says
was-
okay, yeah. So they were both bouncers at El Nuevo. I'm definitely saying that wrong. Rodeo Club in Minneapolis around 2019. But there's no evidence that they knew each other personally. It's just so they may have crossed paths, but there's no apparently.
Wait a minute. They both were bouncers in the same club in the same time, and they don't know if they knew each other.
yeah.
Well,
yeah,
apparently it's saying this is the BBC. It's saying Floyd worked inside while Chauvin worked off-duty security outside in his patrol car. So they're both employed by the same place, but Floyd was an inside bouncer and Chauvin is doing off-duty
Yeah, they
cop
probably
work.
never even spoke to each other in that case.
I don't
Yeah,
even
there's
know
a
about
good,
that.
like,
though. No,
maybe
hold
they
on,
crossed
hold on.
paths, maybe they didn't.
Have you ever worked in a restaurant or a bar? I'm asking everybody.
I
okay.
haven't, no.
Yeah,
Okay,
I have.
so I've worked at a nightclub
Oh wait, I have.
before.
I don't know why I said that. I have.
I haven't worked at a
and
nightclub.
when you have
restaurant.
off-duty officers, but you know, like doing overtime at clubs like that to provide security, those cops know a lot. They know almost everybody working there for a good reason.
I think
But
so.
you have to prove that in court, and I don't think.
No,
I don't think-
again, this is all we're just talking. I mean, we're not trying to prove this in court. I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying if the prosecution wants to use this as evidence, they would have to then prove that in court. And I don't know with the evidence we have if the prosecution can even claim that they know of each other or there's some person.
Yeah, knowing of is
vendetta.
different.
Yeah. You have to have corroborating evidence that he brought up this shady dude that worked in this bar, club, whatever, and he'd already spoken about him.
But you see, that's the thing, though. If they had some sort of connection, like even just while working in the same place, don't you think the cop would have tried to deal with it in a different way? Like try to talk them
Unless
down?
he was
like,
an asshole.
Know each other.
Unless we already knew he was an asshole and had a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, that's true,
Repeat criminal offender. Yeah, he's going to treat him with kid gloves for sure. No, of course not.
But he kind of knows him. He could de-escalate the situation and just talk.
You don't
about
know
him.
that he knows him. You don't know that he knows him. He might know of him.
Yeah, that's
You've
still...
seen someone in passing. You don't know who they are as a character. And if all you've ever heard about them is
I'm not
you're not going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
I'm not satisfied with that burden of proof to make the claim that they know each other.
Yeah, I'm fine
Especially
with
if we're
that.
talking in
You
court.
have to establish that.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
he
fine with
knows-
him not knowing.
He knows of him at the very least, right?
Well, we
Well,
don't. We
maybe.
suspected that he does, but how
maybe.
much does he know about him then? Of him?
Well, he knows that he worked in the same place, so he knows that he's not like
That
some
doesn't mean anything.
crazed lunatic. Like he
Maybe
knows
that's
something-
how
that's
he knows
not
he's a
true.
crazed lunatic.
That doesn't prove anything.
It doesn't
A lot of
prove
cra-
anything. I'm just talking. Right?
A lot of lunatics work in those pubs, bro.
A lot of cops are lunatics.
That's true. Got to be a lunatic to monitor the lunatics.
Yeah, I think
There's a
Batman.
lot of degenerates who try and pretend like they're good at the club.
Did you say Batman is a lunatic?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you never
that
read
too.
some of the comics?
No,
don't know.
Kind of is.
With the comics.
Yeah.
I really feel like we should really like if the country would take mental health seriously. I mean, really, like even with the trans shit, no offense. I mean, they took that shit out of the mental health book. It's like, why? So you could do whatever you want sexually? No, there's people that actually literally have mental problems,
Yeah.
and you're going to declassify it just so that you can go on doing whatever you want sexually.
Well,
And so then we have no more mental health facilities because we're not funding them, and they end up these dark holes in buildings where, it's almost worse than prison because they're basically just medicated zombies That, you know, it's like, so if we took it seriously, I mean, maybe that's something everybody should get behind. But even the
Yeah, I agree with that.
even the liberal argument doesn't even want that.
But
We're
see,
lucky
I agree with you, but for a slightly different reason. But I think cops aren't trained to deal with people who are having mental crises, so they tend to deal with it with force. So every issue is dealt with force.
I'm fine with that, because we tried sending out mental health people to criminal scenes and it didn't go well.
Well, it's not going to always go well, right? But,
well, why would we want them risking their life?
Well, just say you had a child, a son or a daughter who went through a mental crisis. Would you want them to be restrained or whatever? Cops to use force on them to try to deal with the situation.
Let me tell you what I'd want. I would want. You know what I wouldn't want more? I wouldn't want my mental kid killing an innocent cop that has a family.
Or a therapist who's not trained to be on the field in the first place.
There you go. So like, it's like, yeah, okay, I can definitely love my child, but if he's mentally ill and he's a potential danger to not just himself but others, I would be guilty.
Yeah, but hold on, I never said that. I know that like some cases will be like that, but not every mental crisis case is going to be a danger to somebody.
Well,
they're just having a mental crisis.
And if they're not being a danger, they don't get restrained through toys.
They do. That's how cops deal with it.
That's not. No. They assess the situation, and if it needs force, they apply force.
No, bullshit they do. They come in heavy-handed.
Substantiate your claim.
They lay down the law.
Statistics that support what you're saying right now?
No, I don't agree.
Always use force no matter what.
I want to loop Kirk in on what Brett was saying. Kirk, you have nothing to say to Brett when he's talking about, you know, the DSM changes that have happened?
It's a fact.
I feel like you would. Well, I mean, it's a fact that the DSM has been changed. It's
Robert
always
Spitzer,
changed, to be clear.
Look it up. Robert Spitzer, look it up.
But Kirk, how do you feel about that?
I think that I don't think being trans is necessarily a mental illness.
Necessarily.
Yeah, is necessarily carrying a lot of weight there, Kirk, or what's good?
I don't think it's generally a mental illness.
So how would you classify it, Kirk? What would you say it is?
It's having an atypical relation to gender.
Atypical. Well, I love how we redefine old words that we used to use.
Would you say it's natural, or would you say there's something wrong somewhere? Or would you say, no, it's just natural, don't worry about
it? Yeah, I think it's natural.
No, it's natural. What do you mean? What is your definition of natural?
As in, there are people who naturally have the feeling that they want to be the gender that they're not assigned at birth.
Okay. Is it atypical?
Almost had that one.
Yes.
Oh, it's atypical.
Yeah, something can be natural and atypical, right? In the same way that tall people existing is natural, but it's atypical because most people are not super tall.
Just missed it.
Do the same exercise with schizophrenia. They're just atypical versions of reality. You know, they have an atypical view on reality.
Kirk, there's something I want you to...
is Ancom here? Hey, Ancom.
Ancom, my goat.
Kirk, I want you to know. I want you to look
you and me judging tonight, hey?
Hey, Ancom.
Yeah, I fully expect you and I will disagree on all matches, so the audience votes will actually matter tonight.
Confluence, you just
I'm an unbiased judge, okay? In fact, I think most of the stuff I've judged, I judge against what I actually think is correct. I think I've done a pretty good job at being, you know.
All right, fair enough.
Being 10 toes down. I honestly think that's true. There's probably like 80% of the judgments I've made have been against my my own side.
Fair enough.
10 seconds remaining.
Ancom, how about this? I've got a proposal for you. So you said you like talking about ideas. You don't like just reading
Ancom, do you have any
ideas.
comments on what we were just talking about?
Hold on. Okay. Let me quickly address Keelan's question. No, because I wasn't watching the stream. Now onto.
No, wait. Just my proposal. Just real quick. My proposal is. I know you like talking about ideas, not just reading ideas. So how about we watch a lecture series or read a book together, and then we can talk about the ideas. How about we do that?
You want to read a book together?
I would rather kill myself than. I mean, Ancom might have a different answer, but I would actually rather die
don't do
than
it.
do what Kirk suggested.
Ancom, you're not in for Drag Queen Story Hour. Kirk's trying to put you in some weird shit.
That's not YouTube friendly, Confluence.
Ancom, what do you say to that proposal?
A lecture series I could see us watching together, either on stream or just in VC and talking about it. That would be fine.
I mean, like, how about like a book?
VC, please do it in VC.
I wouldn't want to do a book just because, like, I have a very hard time reading by myself. Like, if we did a book, it would have to be one of us reading aloud from the book while the other listens. I don't know if you would enjoy that.
I would enjoy that. Yeah, I would enjoy that.
With other people. Okay. Well, then DM me and we'll DM me, propose a book, and we'll see what how I feel about it.
You know, Kirk, Ancom has said on stream before that he isn't the biggest fan of reading books and he likes audiobooks over that. And you didn't remember.
Well, I don't care what Ancom prefers. I care what's best for him.
Well, how would you know what's best for him?
Because it's better to read books and to listen to books.
In your opinion.
Because no, it's not my opinion.
No, it is your opinion.
But hold on,
some people think that it's better to listen to them than to read them. So it's just a preference.
And also, Kurt, like you asked him to do something for you. Right, and he gracefully agreed to do your thing on your terms, and then you're like, I don't give a shit what he thinks. What?
Well, that's in response to
Imagine thinking you know what's best for someone else.
I don't recall him saying he prefers audiobooks, but I'll take your word for it.
You don't listen to people when they talk.
I very much prefer audiobooks. So let me give you an example here. I generally enjoy science fiction, but I don't enjoy reading books. However, I am almost through my second audiobook series. I started with the Bobaverse, did that on audiobook, got through all 3 books in about 2 weeks, and now I'm reading Dungeon Crawler Carl. They're both very fun books, very nerdy, very entertaining to me. And yeah, I'm getting through them much more quickly by listening because, okay, so my ADHD is very particular. It needs just the right amount of input. Too much input and I lose stuff. Too little input and my mind wanders. So audiobooks work well specifically when I'm driving because the amount of mental energy I use while driving is just enough to allow me to focus on the audiobook without losing most of the plot. And in those times where my mind wanders, it's usually not long enough, and I can just back it up a few seconds and pick.
Damn, I'm the same way, bro. I am the exact same way.
Clarifying question, but first of all, I am being bribed. Thank you, Kokomo, twisting your arm to give Brandon the W. Thank you, Kokomo, for the $5. That's the grift. Okay, I probably can't say that, but but you're free to try to sway me with super chats. You're free to try. Okay. But Ancom Sai, my headset cut out briefly, but I think I might agree with Kirk on this. But maybe I just misheard. Like with audiobooks, if it's like fiction, I think that's fine. But I will say, if you're like reading like a philosophy book or something, I've tried, and maybe this is a difference. It could be a difference between you and me. But that's like totally fair as well. But if I'm reading like Nietzsche, an audiobook, I'm basically tricking myself into reading Nietzsche. Like I'm not actually reading Nietzsche. Like I need to like, because I need to like, stuff can be so in depth that you have to like actually like read each sentence and then mull it over and then go to the next sentence. And if it's just being like spurred at you in audiobook form, I think if something is like too complex with like nonfiction, I think it's way better to actually read the book than an audiobook. What would you say?
Let me give you an example then. I've tried to read a couple of David Graeber books in physical form, in textual form, and I have a very hard time digesting them. I've listened to 4 of his books in audiobook, and I think I've done a decent job at absorbing the information. Could I go back and quote most of his stuff? No, but I've picked up a lot of interesting and interesting and useful ideas from listening to those audiobooks that I think have improved my own personal philosophy in various ways. So I think audiobooks do work well for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be a personal difference. And I don't know the author you quoted, so there's like some nonfiction that I think, yeah, I could, if I'm locked in, then I could like do it. But there's other stuff where like maybe I'm old fashioned, but like if I'm going over a Nietzsche book, I'm sitting there with a highlighter and I'm like fucking like reading it, rereading it, highlighting what I think is important, maybe taking notes, like, and I feel like that might just be a personal thing, but I feel like there is a depth. Some authors are so genius, for lack of a better word, that I think an audiobook, you're just like you're hearing it at a surface level, but I think you actually. But maybe it's a skill issue on my part. Like again, this could
I had to
be
do
a
that in
difference
college.
between us.
I will
There's
also
no
point out.
fucking way I'm highlighting my own fucking books.
Yeah, I will also
Both
point
are.
out that some writers are just better than other writers. Nietzsche is famous not necessarily because he was a good or engaging writer, but because he was, he was bringing forward ideas that really hadn't been widely explored prior to him.
That is true.
He's like what little I have read of Nietzsche, he's not a good writer. He does not do a good job of keeping the audience.
What?
He does not do a good job of keeping his audience engaged.
You insulted confidence with that
That's
one.
because you're listening to
come on,
Nietzsche
like-
in an audiobook in your car.
No,
Sit down in the
I've
quiet of
read-
your
no
own
doubt.
home.
I've
Get
read-
a
I've
highlighter.
read his essays. I've read.
What have you read? What have you read by
I've-
Nietzsche?
Oh, what's that one fucking poem about God is dead? That one.
So you've read like you read one part of the Gay Science.
How is it
That's not reading
unintriguing?
Nietzsche. That's not reading Nietzsche. You're like Kirk, where
you
he's
just
like
said
read
that-
excerpts.
Well, no, there are authors like Kant where I have read substantial amounts, but Nietzsche specifically not as much. But that's because I wasn't as interested in Nietzsche's philosophy.
It's
Yeah,
like,
the guy
it's like,
said
there's certain
profound things,
people-
but he's not a good writer.
He's an
It's like, what the
insanely,
fuck
he's
are
an
you talking about?
insanely, yeah, he's an insanely good writer. But it's very dense.
would-
Like,
Loser.
you can take a page out of like Twilight of the Idols, and like you can like in one paragraph, like you can mull that over
man.
for ages.
Fuck
Like,
right.
he's,
You could waste
he's just very
you could waste your
dense.
life reading him.
I wish you
You
were
could,
more.
you could.
I wish you were as
Yeah,
excited
'cause
about Kierkegaard.
Everything you read from him is hilarious.
Kierkegaard's good too.
Kierkegaard, I think I just started in the wrong place. I started with Sickness Unto Death, and it's just like it's like beyond my pay grade. It's just and if any, I've quoted this in Discord before. The preface to it is absolute nonsense. It's just abject nonsense. It is so
Like everything else he
stupid.
writes.
So I don't know. Yeah, maybe he gets better.
Yeah,
Actually, let me see if I
definitely.
can find this. Let me see, because I want to pretend I'm an audiobook. Okay, pretend I'm an audiobook. I'm gonna find.
I
this.
usually do.
Are you only going to read the preface though?
I'm just gonna read a quote from it.
But
Are
In a
audiobooks
world.
usually gay coded?
And I think the reason that I think it would be better for us to read instead of going over an audiobook is because if you actually read the text, if we want to go over an idea in the text, you can refer. Okay, I'm gonna mute you, Futoy. Okay, so you're muted on my end. So if you're talking,
we can hear you. Just continue.
Okay. Ancom, the reason that I want you to go over an actual book and not just an audiobook is because if you go over an actual book, you can refer to the text.
Yeah, they got upset with me for speaking
You
over
can do that with an audiobook too.
person. All right. So you're the rude one here.
Blue Toy sounds like a bad audiobook.
Sorry,
This shit's just cutting in and out, just fucking.
But anyway,
Forget
I,
Hey, Kirk, stop being so fucking rude. I was speaking and you spoke over me.
yeah,
Stop it.
because you're someone who needs to be spoken over.
Blue Toy's
Okay?
audiobook.
Sometimes-
Just,
Fuck
So
up.
are you.
just shut up.
Yeah,
little
well,
kid.
That's the crazy.
Yeah.
Go to the fucking gym instead of Arby's, you bastard.
Now you made me forget what I'm saying. So,
Yeah, that's right.
and I'm vindictive. So I'm gonna have to stop you talking.
You know, be a little bitch.
You gotta
Yeah.
stop talking because you forgot what I said.
Yeah, you
Well, anyway, Ancom.
no, shut up.
Anyway, you DM'd him. Okay.
Hold on, you can't talk. Until I forgot what he said. You can't talk yet.
Yeah, Kirk,
How's it feel, Kirk, when no one respects when you're talking? Great, isn't it?
Hey, Kirk, will you do me a favor? Kirk, will you do me a
I'm not
favor?
going to do you a favor unless it's a favor that I want to do.
Okay, that's fine, but will you hear me out?
Well, tell me what you want, and then I'll hear you out.
Okay. I would like you to look up 2 people on your own privately. I want you to look up Robert Spitzer and his contribution to the medical institution. And I also want you to look up Dr. John Money, I think his name is.
No, not Money. No, not John Money. Don't look that guy up.
Yeah, don't read him.
John,
He's
no,
fucking that-
no, I know, but I'm not asking you to read his advice. Read what he did and how the movement. And how the movement.
I'm gonna mute Kurt because,
Okay,
like,
I
what the
have-
fuck?
John-
Gary, you're gonna mute me? What
Sorry,
what
I'm
sort of
Money
thread
is
that?
probably
I'm
That-
the
gonna pull
most
an autism
satanic
thing.
person on the
Finally, I
planet.
found my Kierkegaard thing. It's a paragraph long. I want to read it. So everyone lock in and tell me what you get from this, okay?
I'm
Sorry,
locked in.
in.
Kurt triggered me. Really has triggered
Okay.
me.
That's fine.
log
That's fine.
in.
Just everyone lock in, okay? It's only a paragraph. Man is the synthesis of the infinite and the finite, of the temporal and the eternal, of freedom and necessity. In short, it is a synthesis. A synthesis is a relation between 2 factors. So regarded, man is not yet a self. In the relation between 2, the relation is the third term as a negative unity, and the 2 relate themselves to the relation, and in the relation to the relation, such a relation is that between soul and body, when man is regarded as soul. If, on the contrary, the relation relates itself to its own self, the relation is in the positive third term, and this is the self. Such a relation which relates itself to its own self, that is to say, a self, must either have constituted itself or have been constituted by another. If this relation which relates itself to its own self is constituted by another, the relation doubtless is the third term. But this relation, the third term, is in turn a relation relating itself to that which constituted the whole relation.
You don't
Thanks for
get
the word
that?
salad. Can I get some dressing?
You don't get that?
I can tell you what that is. Confluence, I can tell you what that is. He's bloviating. He learned the word
Relation.
what was
I don't
it?
know. Yeah.
Relation, and
I
then
don't
what was his
know,
synthesis? He just learned those 3 words, and so he's bloviating, and he just
Bro,
wants to
like,
show you
I mean,
how many times he can fit them into a
What a
paragraph.
fantastic,
it is.
like, a
I'll tell you what it
display
means.
of the
tell-
words.
I'll tell you what it means.
Maybe we don't understand because haven't highlighted it. What do you think, Confluence?
Someone who thinks they're smarter than they are.
I've
just
tried.
like
I've
Kirk.
sat there with that. I really wanted to read a
I know.
sentence into that. And this is not me quoting like some
Fucking
later part. This
hilarious.
isn't like this is like this fucking preface to his own book. This is like right at the beginning. He just like hits you with this, and it's like, okay, how am I supposed to fucking? What am I supposed to make of this?
He's
Like at least
talking about
Nietzsche uses big
this is
words, and Nietzsche will use like obscure references. But if you know the references, you take the time to look them up, and you take the time to look up the big words, they at least make sense.
Oh,
Whereas Kierkegaard, they're all simple words, right? We know what relation is, we know what relating is, we know what the self is. But if you're just saying the self is that which relates itself in a relation to itself, and the third relation is the relation that relates itself to itself, it's like I understand the words you're saying, but the order
He's
that they're
making
being placed in
connections
seems
which
like
are
nonsense.
just, yeah. He's making connections that are just not like actually conceivable.
Or is he
No,
like
they
being
are.
sarcastic? Is he
No,
like?
they are.
He's just
No,
taking the
they
piss.
are.
He's just
the
taking
whole
a
time.
joke. He's taking a piss the whole time.
He's just
He's like, in 400 years, some retard's gonna read this on their YouTube channel. I'm gonna fucking troll them so hard.
That's what.
Okay,
that's
you know
what
what?
it does.
There it is,
It's just a
actually.
bunch of words, but
Confluence.
he's pissing on everyone.
All you got to do is have AI summarize it for you. But I can tell you what it means. It's not like it's a big mystery. If you slow it down and you track what he's saying, you can understand what he's saying. It's not that hard.
Do you know what we need? We need.
You
an
can go ahead and try, Brett. The people
Yeah.
who have said it
No,
before, like I have asked AI, and I'm like, I'm not sure if that's what he's actually saying, but maybe you can give it the old college try, Brett.
No, if you've done it, then it means what it says. Because the bottom line is it's talking about somebody recognizing themselves. It's kind of like in a marriage. I'll give you another analogy. It's like in a marriage, right? If you know yourself, right? You may know yourself only as you know yourself. But when there's a second person involved, knowing yourself is a different level of knowing yourself. And then he brings this third character in as if this also changes the dynamic of how you know yourself. So it's like he's trying to build off of an idea, moving into
third
how
dynamic.
A third person.
I don't think he's saying that. I think you're completely wrong. In fact, AI, when I asked AI, yeah, I would say you're completely wrong.
What did AI say?
I'd have to ask it again, but no, he's talking about the
I
self.
have to ask it again.
Yeah, I'd have to ask it again, but he's not invoking other people. He's talking about the self and how your own self relates to itself, and that in some ways creates a synthesis, which creates a new part of the self. It's like a weird like.
Exactly.
So it's not talking about like other people. It's talking about the self relating to itself.
I know. I told you this was an analogy. I was trying to use the analogy of a husband and wife and a third person. I'm saying that these three people, the way he's describing it, is the difference of how the self is understanding the self. That's the idea. And that's just, I mean,
okay.
I think,
and I also don't feel like it's fair to use the preface. You really need to read the material.
what's the
like
book?
when analyzing
that's how it
yourself, you find
starts.
different
That's how it,
to
like, so
yourself
I'm like-
as if they were a whole different person.
I guess I kind of gave up because I'm like, if I can't even understand the introduction
It's
to
a
this
tough start.
book,
It's a tough
I'm not going to
start.
do
Tough
well
start.
at the rest of it, you know.
It's
Which-
like
Yeah, but
running
it's a whole
into a
book.
wall.
Can you remember the name of the book?
Sickness Unto Death,
Okay, thank you.
Written by Kirk.
written
Yeah.
by Kirk, Cool Kid
Yeah,
Kierkegaard.
that's what I thought. Yeah,
Kirk.
that's what I thought.
You should
No, don't start
read
that.
Works of Love by Kierkegaard. I think that is significantly easier than that.
Yeah, I
100%.
think you're right. Because I the certain like quotes and excerpts that I've read about Kierkegaard, I've enjoyed, which is why I was like, okay, I want to buy this. And Sickness Unto Death is a biblical reference, which I really enjoyed the idea of that. So I was really like, I'm like, okay, I feel like this is gonna be such a good book because this is a quote from the Bible, and I was like, okay, I think I'll really enjoy this. And maybe if I could understand it. But
The other thing too is he went through.
Sickness
went
Unto
through-
Death is by Soren Kierkegaard, not Nietzsche.
that's,
Welcome to the party.
We're talking about
No one said it was
Kierkegaard.
by Nietzsche.
We're not. You're like 20 minutes behind. Futoy. We're talking about Kierkegaard.
All right. All
Yeah,
right,
I
but
think
what
the
I'm saying
problem- I
is,
think what he's talking about with the self here is, I think he's talking about, I mean, I could be wrong, but the way I'm interpreting it is it's like your higher order desires, like your eternal desire to love God versus your base primal desires. That might be like the relation.
basically, yeah. But the idea in the preface that he's talking about is the formation of what he's going to try to unpack. The problem is he's trying to condense it in a preface, which is clearly not helpful at all.
Do you want to know what AI says? So AI says Kierkegaard
He's full of shit.
thinks a human being isn't simply a physical body or a collection of thoughts. We are a tension between different aspects of ourselves. For example, finite to infinite, and so on. A load of other.
So we're only ourselves because other people perceive us.
I think I get it. This because there is an aspect where if you are thinking, your self can relate to itself, and there is like some synthesis going on that could perhaps produce a new self. Like if we think about like metacognition, you're thinking about thinking, and I think he's trying to say something about that. Like there is an internal thing that you can do if you recognize that you're thinking about your own thoughts and you're relating to yourself, and it's producing a synthesis, which maybe could be seen as like a third thing, and maybe that could go ad infinitum. I'm not sure. I like that's the way my mind is going with this. I don't know if I'm right on that, but I feel that's the kind of vibe I'm getting from the preface. But I'm not sure. I could be like completely off on that.
Well, and the other thing too is like the poor guy went through 3 stages of his life. You know, he had an existential stage. He had some really drastic roller coaster of a life. So depending on when he wrote what he wrote, and then I'm not versed enough to tell you what stage he was going through when he wrote which book, but he was an up and down kind of guy.
AI said it makes sense what he said. He said it might sound confusing, but it does actually make sense. And then it gave that explanation.
I believe that. I guess the reason I'm contrasting him to like Nietzsche is, again, Nietzsche, it's like he makes a lot of, he'll like randomly start like quoting Latin. He'll randomly make like mythological references. He'll talk about a different religion. So it's very dense, and he'll use a lot of like big words. But if you take the time to like look up all the references, look up the Latin, look up the big words, then it makes sense on its face. Kierkegaard, I think, makes sense, but it's like, it's not one of those cases where you can just like look everything up and then unpack it and think about it. It's like the way, I mean, as the quote I said, I think shows, it's like, I know all the words, but the order of them is confusing to me, and I don't know what you're trying to say. So I'm sure it does make sense, but it just requires like a different level of unpacking. It's not as simple as just like, I'm going to take the time to look up all of these references and all these different languages and all these different, convoluted words, and then I can unpack it. Nietzsche is at least accessible in that. If you put in the time with Nietzsche, you can do it. Whereas with Kierkegaard, I feel like there is, at least with Sickness Unto Death, there is like a level where I'm like, I don't really know, beyond going to AIDS like AI or like some other philosopher telling me, I can read that same sentence like so many times, and I'm like, I still don't really know what he means, and maybe I could just move on. But with Nietzsche, I never feel like I have to move on. I can just unpack it all, think about it, and I'm like, okay, I know exactly what he's saying here. It just takes work. But with Kierkegaard, I'm just like, I don't fucking know. The self relates itself to itself, and it's relating to itself, self relation. I'm like, what the fuck?
You did that intentionally, he wanted you to experience that. He was showing off in a way.
I don't think he was. I think this is just, I don't know. It's just it's a weird difference between using like such simple language but making the sentences so convoluted versus like someone like Nietzsche, who will like be way more, I think, like it's a different form of thinking, a polymath, where he's drawing from all these things. But yeah, they're like two different styles, I guess, of communicating. And I personally like the Nietzsche style better, because at least I know if I spend the time on any given passage, I can unpack it and I can learn something from it. Whereas Kierkegaard, I'll just sit there with my highlighter. I'm like, I don't even know what to highlight. You say the word relation 60 times on one page. What the fuck am I supposed to even highlight here?
Yeah, that's why I think it's intentional, because it's kind of like obviously intentional, because he uses it so much. Like, what?
Yeah, I think bro was just like autistic as fuck.
Fear and trembling.
You probably gotta take like mushrooms or acid or something.
No, dude.
In college, did you ever have to write
Las Vegas? Yeah, that's great.
An essay, and then you didn't really have enough words, so you just had to add words in and shit to make it meet the word count. So that's
I don't know.
It was a filler.
This motherfucker was writing his essay. It needs to be 350 words, damn it. So he just threw up on it.
The relations of the relations and the relation.
No, I think he did it intentionally to bring this effect, to have you questioning yourself. Which is quite cool.
This actually was during his religious phase towards the end, and he basically wrote like a whole bunch. Fear and Trembling was one of his first, which is probably, believe it or not, I think more popular. I don't really recall that being as difficult of a read though, but I don't remember. Then again, you're struggling with this one, so I can't say it would be any better necessarily.
Yeah, I feel like I've lost out a lot by not reading. But you see, I gave up reading because I'm dyslexic. I mean, I'm really dyslexic. So when I was young, I enjoyed kind of trying to read, but I just gave up because it was just not working. There wasn't enough payback for me for the amount of effort that I would need to be able to fucking read just one book. So I gave up on it.
Try an audiobook.
Well, now I can, but when I was growing up, that wasn't an option.
Is that why you call it ChatGTP?
Toy is illiterate too.
Maybe.
Anthem is playing Power
No,
Wash.
I'm not illiterate. I'm dyslexic. It's kind of different from illiterate.
Yeah.
No, listen.
Simulator.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Ancom, I love you and I care about you, and that's why I'm telling you, you're fucking retarded and you need to do better. You need to learn the things you talk about more, because when you talk and are as ignorant as you are, you actually make the whole thing look stupid. So I'm just trying to help. This comes from a place of love, Ancom. Stop being so fucking stupid.
Yeah, he's sorry. He's sorry about that, but then he's gonna say it again. But he's sorry.
He's sorry. He's Kierkegaard sorry.
I'm sorry, don't you know? I got some
don't
Molson
at me
here.
that. Don't fucking at me like
Bro,
that.
come on, bro. I couldn't resist.
I got some Molson here if you want to have a drink and forget about it.
I never said anything that mean about Ancom. I was.
That's legit what you said. I'm just being a little hyperbolic, like slightly hyperbolic. That's legit what you said to him.
Barely hyperbole at all, to be honest with you, Kirk.
There's a reason I do not put any stock in anything Tyler says, so it's fine.
That's not fair. I was paraphrasing. Yeah, what the fuck?
Tyler's doing a bit, Ancom. I thought you were going to say I don't put stock in what Kirk said.
I was mocking what Kirk said to you.
That's also true, but I did not realize that Tyler was doing a bit.
I stood up for you when that happened.
Tyler is making a joke of what Kirk has said.
I take it all back. Ancom is now an N word and an F slur, and Kirk is right all along.
The problem is,
I never called you either of those things.
See, the problem here, Tyler, is that you troll so much, it's impossible to know when you're trolling and when you're being serious. That's why I don't put any stock in your opinion, because I don't know if it's actually your opinion or not.
I stood up for you.
I think that one should have been pretty obvious that Tyler was making fun of Kirk there.
Sometimes you stand up for me, and sometimes you say shit like that.
He is autistic. You got to give him.
God, Ancon sounds like somebody who lives in my town. You don't live in Florida, do you, Ancon?
Nope, live in Massachusetts.
Okay. God, it's like a dude I know. It's crazy.
How is Power Wash Simulator, Ancom Sai?
Quite fun.
You don't you're gonna get 40 hours out of this backyard baseball, so you better get at it.
Wait, is that
this game sucks?
You better get 40 hours out of it. You promise.
I have to AI that couldn't be real.
Nobody cares that I'm deeply hurt right now.
Ancom, I saw in
you can handle it. You can handle it, Tyler.
I'm deeply hurt right now.
Yeah,
if I could see you smiling, it would be hilarious.
I've gotten worse at this game, by the way.
Tyler's the best. A big old smile.
I saw you. You said you didn't want to. You implied you didn't want to do the linear algebra book. So would you be willing to watch a lecture series with me about linear algebra?
I mean, I don't really know what use watching something about linear algebra would be with another person, because mathematical ideas are one of the few that can't really be debated, at least not.
It's probably the most boring fucking video ever.
You know what you could do?
Well, then, for me, can you watch linear algebra on your own if you don't want to watch it with me?
No, Kirk, you don't get to watch videos until you explain to me what packets are and how they're being transferred through the internet. Can you just tell me what the difference is between UDP and ETP? What is the other packets, Ancom?
TCP. But there's also ICMP, BGP, RIT, OSPF.
What would you
different protocols?
What would you get off of a police report if you submit for one out of your router, Kirk? What is it? Well, then why are you talking like on the internet? You're not allowed to talk on the internet unless you're an internet expert. So until you can tell me what those...
you were doing way better with that Latin guy.
Yeah. I'm just I'm not getting in my own head. I'm just mistiming everything now.
I am curious, Tyler, because I know you work in the same field as me, so I'm curious if you can answer this question. I'm sure you will be able to, but I'm curious. What is the primary difference between TCP and UDP? Do you know that?
TCP is push again if it's rejected by the server for one reason or another. It gets pushed an unlimited amount of times, where UDP only gets pushed once, like a VoIP phone. It'll drop the call. Yeah.
Okay, close enough. I was hoping you'd use the words connectionless and connection-oriented, but you described it well enough that I'm
high. You're not getting like the work model. I'm not talking. Like, if I was talking to my boss, I'd be a little more official.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but Ancom, the reason that I asked is because I was worried that if you don't want to watch it with me, you wouldn't watch it on your own. So would you be willing to watch it on your own?
Are you a scaredy cat?
Ancom, the only correct answer here is no, because if you do it, then he's going to ask you endless questions.
about linear
He's
algebra.
trying to set you up. He wants you to fail and say something wrong, and then
Seem like you're far from
I don't want you to fail. And if you I genuinely want this because I think it'll be good for you.
Why are you so far from the plate?
Ancom
I don't
is
know.
a 40-year-old man. I trust him to know what his interests are and,
Grab
and
that thing.
investigate those.
Yeah, I'm
Intimidate
not
that
really
AI. There we
learning
go.
linear algebra, but I'll watch one video. I will promise that I will watch the first video in the lecture series if you send it to me.
Okay.
Ancom, you can't do that. It's gonna be like 2 hours long.
I'm hating this
Okay,
demo, Brandon. This demo sucks.
I will watch the first hour of the video or of the first video in the series you sent me. I will
There we
guarantee
go.
that.
Companionship.
You know what? I kind of prefer this to the Mario games.
That's fair, right?
The Mario game is way better, okay? I'm just hard stuck on like the Vanish Cap one because it's like the timing is so
What do you
fucking
play,
tight.
Junkie?
Yeah, but so much
Backyard
jumping.
baseball, but I'm just playing the demo, so it's not even letting me play the full fucking game. I just get to swing as fucking Pablo or some fucking gimp or like Kamala Harris or whatever. You'd have to see it, Ancom. What I just said makes sense if you watched it, but
Kamala Harris is hilarious.
People-
Look, I just wonder what's best for you. You should go on
Or some
TRT, buddy.
Kamala
That's
Harris.
what's best for you.
we should
have
all
agents.
start going on like TRT, and then we should like compare how the panels have been going. Like if we get the whole community to do like a huge amount of TRT for like 3 months, and then see, are we more like aggressive, more assertive, smarter, you know? Just see what happens.
Legitimately, I mean, since we're offering unsolicited advice because we just want what's best for the other person, then I think that he should go on TRT, at least a 200 milligram dose, and that should put him somewhere at 1,200 nanograms per deciliter, and he'll be a lot more of a man than he ever has been before.
Who,
I
Kirk?
already have too much testosterone.
Yeah, Kirk.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, you're saying TRT testosterone replacement.
Yeah, that's valid. It's valid advice for Kirk, right? I just want what's best for him. Since we're giving unsolicited advice, I might as well join, right? Right, Kirk?
Conklins went back to the DAI hire.
I don't think
It did.
I don't think that
I'm
would
using
be best.
Kamala now.
I do think it would. I'm pretty sure you're low testosterone right now, and that's actually detrimental to your health. So you should get it.
Oh,
checked.
I'm damn sure he is.
I mean, I've seen the dude. He's pudgy and he acts like a soy boy. So I'm pretty sure
Hey,
he's
that's
in
mean.
the
That's
200
mean. We
range.
don't need to talk about Kirk's weight. He's sensitive about that.
Yeah, I have more
Good.
sensitivity
If he
for
was
that.
sensitive, he would go to the gym instead of Arby's.
What if Ancom was sensitive about his knowledge of philosophy? Was that ever taken into consideration before critiques of Ancom were brought up?
I
It
think
should
way more
have been.
critical of his knowledge of math
for
than
the
his
show.
knowledge of philosophy.
Think about my knowledge of philosophy.
Well, that was the critique, you know, that you don't do
I
enough.
feel
What
like
if you were really
Ancom
self-conscious
has
about that?
the fewest insecurities in this group.
Besides Keelan.
It's not that I have fewer insecurities. It's that I don't care about any of your opinions enough for any of them to trigger those insecurities.
Oh, that's not
Wow,
nice.
wow, that's not nice. Wow, no one is saying anything. Only Kirk is saying mean stuff, and you're coming at us like that, Ancom.
You didn't. Okay,
Ancom,
this is out of
we're
context.
very
It's
much
not
Ancom.
precedent. And did you see what he did to me earlier?
Ancom,
Yeah, wow.
whose opinion
That
do
wasn't
you
a-
care about? Whose opinion
That-
do you care about?
My spouse and my friends.
But Ancom, we're all very pro Ancom here.
Not anymore,
That's
we
true.
ain't. Not anymore, we ain't. Not
Yeah,
after
you
that.
kind of ruined it.
Not after that.
Ancom, man, there was a whole stream where they were bashing Kirk based on what he said to you.
Not
No,
anymore.
Ancom's
Kirk's
just
right.
freaking backstabbing all of us.
Yeah,
I
him
don't
and
care about any of you guys. Fuck all of you.
him and
It's like, okay,
him and our
fine.
not friend Keelan.
So this is how it
totally
feels
right,
to be thrown
though.
under the bus.
None of you are his friends or his spouse. So why should
They're doing.
Like,
Holy
I mean,
cow.
Wait, why would none of us be his friends?
the only person that I can
I can understand
genuinely
you.
say that I like in this VC right now is Keelan. The rest of you I
Wow.
tolerate.
Wow.
Wait, what the fuck,
Holy
Ancom?
shit.
What have I done to you? What the fuck have I done to you, Ancom?
You don't understand. You don't understand. When I say I like someone, it's because I get along with them well. The rest of you I tolerate because you are sometimes interesting. This is not a moral judgment. It's not a value judgment.
I know it's
simply-
not.
Hey, hold on. He said I'm interesting sometimes.
That's like,
cool.
that's like you're stop autism maxing right now, Ancom's like, what the fuck? What the fuck, brother?
You are all getting
I
into
learned
your
something today
feels
that I want to say to you.
We're all
I
getting
learned
into your
something today.
feels over a very matter-of-fact statement about my opinions. And
Hold on,
that,
Ancon, you're giving me the opportunity to use a line that I learned today.
Fuck you,
The
Ancom.
line is,
Fuck
the line is, Ancon, you can do what you want, but I will judge you based on that. Thank you, Tabernacle.
I'll say,
Futoy immediately.
Ancon, we don't know each other well enough, so you might get along with me.
I might, but I have not interacted with you enough to say that I like you.
Ancom has gone down like 20 stomps on my mind right now from that one comment. 20 stomps down.
We should unleash Kirk on him. Kirk, tell him.
I spent so much time defending your ass, Ancom, and now you're just like, I just tolerate you guys. You know what? Yeah, okay. You know what? Whatever, man. Whatever.
I never tolerate you because sometimes you spike my interests.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
It's like you're useful. I like it when you're useful.
Yeah.
Yes, that is correct. I like it when you are useful and interesting to me. If you weren't useful or interesting, I wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be having a conversation.
Bro, I thought you were one of those autistic people that like transcended your autism to some degree, but you're like actually just like autism maxing.
No, he's
You're
a
autism
CEO.
maxing.
Basically,
He's a corporate CEO.
You are just like Kirk. You have no social morals at all. Holy shit, that's
No, he's a
crazy.
corporate CEO. He's like a head
Should
capitalist.
read a book together.
You
He's
all
saying
don't
out
realize
loud-
that
he's
Ancom
saying out loud
Psycom is
what
like
Kirk
the
said.
farthest on the left in this group.
He would make a wonderful CEO of a company with that anti-human
I think
view.
I realized. I've talked to Ancom. I think I realized that, Keelan.
Ancom is the stereotype of the neckbeard
I'm just baiting you.
archetypal neckbeard white male who hates his own.
Who let Kirk talk?
Tyler,
Kirk,
something-
we still aren't done
Hold
with
on,
you.
guys, wait. Tyler, something you just said reminded me. So you said I would be good as like a cutthroat CEO, right?
Absolutely.
I have held for quite some time that if I had even the tiniest bit of ambition as a person, I would be incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, you're a sociopath. Welcome. You're a sociopath. Cool.
You know what?
I love that for you, Ancom. I love that for you.
Ancon, now I'm starting to question: do I really understand what gravity is? Seeing you explain it to me.
Yeah, when you go and tarnish your
the
reputation
irony-
like this, you hurt the whole scientific community.
Yeah.
The irony is that he's saying what Kirk thinks out loud.
Yeah, they're both sociopaths, but there is a this is we have moved beyond autism into sociopathy. Like unironically, we've crossed the Rubicon. We've done it.
I honestly tolerate all of you, and if you were laying there bleeding out, I would maybe kick you.
If it was convenient for
Maybe
me, I
piss
might
on you
help
if you were
but
on fire.
otherwise, if
Maybe.
you were useful to me, I might, help you. But if you weren't useful, I'd let you fucking die.
That's not even true. I do care about you.
And
So-
this is how an autistic person trolls your asses.
So, Ancon, just
I
say
wish
we
that was
were
the
on
case.
fire.
I wish that was the case. I don't think that's the case. I think you don't give a shit. I think you'd let all of us bleed out except maybe Keelan. I think you'd let us fucking die if it was cost you any effort. I honestly think
That's hilarious.
Call 911 for any of you, but I would not pay the other. I would not help pay any of the ambulance bill.
I would hope you'd piss on me.
Just say, Ancon, just say we were all on fire and you had a bucket of water. Would you sit there and go, are they worth it? I mean, what have they done for me lately?
I'm not that cool. If you're on fire, I'll put your ass out. I won't necessarily keep you from drowning, but that's.
Would you give us mouth to mouth?
How are you putting this out? Are you
No,
shooting
but
us
I
in
will
the
give you
head?
chest compressions because that's more effective anyway.
Yeah, that's a good point.
This is crazy.
Confluence, you're basically just a hooker. You know that, right? You're only interesting when you're useful.
Yeah,
Then he
I
doesn't
hate
care
this.
about you.
This
You're
is
a
like
hooker.
unironic sociopathy. It just is. I hate this. I wish this
Yeah,
conversation
They
never
like you when
happened.
you're useful.
Exactly. I feel like having a shower.
This is
I
my
feel
favorite.
dirty. I
I
feel
don't think I've
dirty.
ever heard you so speechless.
Right, I can't get a goddamn word in without having to spend 30 seconds silencing all you
You've
dumbass.
said enough.
The thing about sociopathy is, if I were actually a sociopath, I never would have told you. The whole point of a sociopath is they work to blend in. Autistic people like myself don't give a shit.
No. Traditionally, I understand that the DSM has kind of changed
point.
this, but traditionally, sociopaths don't blend in well. Psychopaths blend in well. Sociopaths usually live on the outskirts of society. They don't do a good job blending in. They kind of use people, and it's obvious that they're using people, and they will say stuff similar to what you have said on this panel. So
They're
that's
always
all I'm gonna say.
lurking, always creeping.
Busted.
Does that not sound like a narcissist? A little
What?
bit.
I don't think
No.
so.
made up
Narcissists like to be in society. They like to be in public. They like to.
So overly interested in what y'all think of me that I wouldn't be able to do anything that wasn't like people please or like that didn't get you all like at least talking about me. I could not give less of a shit.
Honestly, I hate that you guys are trying to diagnose
medical information. Testy, don't even ask
Hold
me.
on. You guys are trying to diagnose somebody through the internet. You guys are trying to diagnose someone through the internet. I hate when people do that to Biden. I hate when people do that to Trump. He's not a sociopath.
Yeah, but Ancom, you're saying you
He
don't
might
give
be a
shit what we think.
sociopath.
He might be a sociopath. We don't know.
You're saying you don't give a shit what we think. That's
So
exactly
you might
what
be a
someone does give a
sociopath.
shit.
All right.
That sounds like
Freaking
something
normal
who does give a
rockstar,
shit.
Testy. I'll rip your fucking balls off, brother.
Oh,
Rockstar
and also
vodka.
the way autistic people learn is that they get hyper fixated. Most autistic people do not have spread out interests, so I highly doubt you're autistic.
Oh, look at you, fucking retard expert.
Have you ever heard of having both autism and ADHD and how they conflict and meld?
You have a medical diagnosis for either of those?
Yes, I do actually have a medical diagnosis for ADHD.
How about for autism? Because I highly doubt you have autism.
Okay, you can think that.
Okay, but my
Kurt's the
evidence is
retard
that
whisperer.
studies show that people who are autistic get hyper fixated on one or two things.
And you don't think my hyperfixation on Star Trek counts?
Wait.
Okay,
Kurt, pull up the study.
so if you're hyper, I can pull up the study in a second. You
Pull up
are
the
hyper
study.
fixated on something. Okay, so then yeah, you might have autism if that's the case.
If you were hyper fixated on shit, you'd know it.
Hyperfixations.
What the fuck is going on?
For you,
Well,
Ancon.
He's retard gatekeeping.
Hold on, Ancon. In your opinion, do you think Janeway murdered Tuvix?
Yes.
Yes, it was murder, right? It was straight up murder.
No, fuck.
100%
Tuvix is stupid.
Like shit happened. The accident happened, and
Tuvix
that's
is
the result. You
stupid.
have to just deal with it, right? And Tuvix was better than both of them.
No.
Tuvix was
You
cool.
want Tuvok is fine. The other guy gets he gets.
Can we
murdered.
Brett, it's a part of ASPD. I literally prefaced my thing saying that. You know, you're on panel, so you could just like say this instead of typing it. But yes, it's a part of ASPD. And yeah, these clarifications have changed. They're still useful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, now you're saying what I just said. Yes.
Yeah,
Antisocial.
okay.
Yeah,
I'm
we
just
all know
making
that.
sure.
We all know that.
And I also realize people are trying to talk and I can't get a word in, so I'm just making sure because Testy was saying that and I was agreeing with him.
The Jews are trying to keep Brett down.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know the diagnostic criteria for antisocial personality disorder. I don't think I have it, but I could be wrong.
I think you're wrong.
At least you're open.
I mean, psychology is generally a bullshit field anyway, so it's not like it matters. But
I don't think you have
mean
anything
to you at all. So
I don't think you have anything. I think you're just a monster, and that's like you fit perfectly as a communist.
Wait, Kurt, this is
Outdated
interesting.
medical info. Testy, tell me again how little you understand about how psychology works. Please, I want to hear it.
Kirk, how can you say that you have no respect for soft science, yet you cling to it for your identity? I don't understand how that works.
Well, I didn't say I have no respect for soft science. Soft science is a replication crisis.
I have no respect for Kirk.
And as for my identity, I don't claim to be non-binary because of psychology. I claim to be non-binary because that's who I am.
Wait,
Mara.
you're non-binary?
Yeah, but you
What
got
the
it
fuck is
from
going on?
psychology. You may not have realized it, but that's what happened.
So when you two read the book, are you going to turn around to each other at the end of the book and go, I don't care what you think?
Well, no, I would like to have a productive
No,
discussion
it's like
about the idea.
it's like the whole end of the Lord of the Rings where they just all fucking have a big old fucking orgy.
That was it, actually.
It'll be a
Kirk
double
is gonna
circ.
try and kiss him and then act like he got mixed signals or something.
It'll be a
That's
double
funny.
circ. Double
That's
circ.
funny you said that. I watched a video today claiming that what's his face? Gollum was meant to, and the whole movie was leading up to Gollum actually intentionally falling into the lava with the ring.
Nobody
You know,
cares about the movie,
Gollum-
That's what I do.
Gollum got fucked. And you know who else got fucked? I got fucked in trivia when I got what's in my pocket as the last fucking trivia question and lost the Confluence themed trivia that I rightfully had won.
You
So-
easily could have. That was not what in my
Any-
pocket. The question
anybody
was.
for-
What's in my pocket?
You
The
fell for
question
the
was
what's
why
in
don't
my
want to be
pocket?
channel.
What the fuck
You,
is
if
wrong
you
with
paid
you?
attention to that
Wait.
very panel, you could have named the ones
Tyler.
that Keelan named. They were literally mentioned
Tyler.
on that panel.
Tyler, this was the Confluence trivia that I intentionally got the bonus question wrong so that you could catch up.
Just shut up.
That's true, yeah. And he also intentionally got the noodle question wrong.
Your mom's a hoe. That's what I have to say in response to that.
Wow.
I wish I could make
Question about
excuses
lightning.
why I lost the Bible trivia to Kirk, but I don't have any excuses.
There's one excuse that he cheated.
Yeah, but I can't. I can't use it.
What religion is Kirk? Or if
The
any?
He's a
Noahide.
he's a Noahide.
What the hell is a Noahide?
Good question.
I'm saying it, but I don't know what that means.
It's a lazy
So it's-
Jew that compresses instead of
Oh,
613
you know exactly
laws.
what it means.
They only follow 7, and Kirk can't even follow those 7. That's why he cheats at trivia.
Well, I do follow the 7.
Shit.
Well, then you wouldn't have
So-
cheated at
Lied.
trivia.
Yeah, you lied.
So, Kirk, how did you know so much about religion? How did you win the quiz?
Because I know a
Because he
lot
goes
about
to-
religion.
He goes to
No, because-
synagogue every week. Duh.
Yeah, I
No,
got this
no,
together.
because most of the questions were based on Old Testament. That's how he won.
I thought they banned you from the synagogue.
No, that was one synagogue.
Multiple
Yeah, he's
times.
got at least 4 circumcisions since.
Paul
Holy
says you should.
fuck.
Paul says you should keep on circumcising.
Uncircumcising.
Kirk's taking that seriously.
But can you uncircumcise so you can recircumcise? Because you enjoy
You're
it so
just
much?
adding skin all the time.
No, it's
What the
it's
fuck?
like a booster shot. The more you get, like the better it is.
Kirk walks into a synagogue and he has to pokey battle all of the priests leading up to, or whatever they are, up into
Oh,
the head rabbi. And then he gets he gets his 8 circumcisions.
Shit. That's funny shit. man.
That's
That is
hilarious.
good. Okay, Confluence has
Yep.
to go. He will be back in an hour. I am judging with my sociopathic friend and ComSciCom. We were judging together, even though he wouldn't save me if I was drowning in a puddle, if I wasn't
Yeah.
convenient for him, which
In
is
a
fine.
puddle.
That's fine. It's 2026. It's fine. But yeah, we'll be back. I'll be streaming here still, so I can talk to chat and stuff. But yeah, I'll be streaming the horseradish debate panel at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So you
Are you
guys,
streaming YouTube or Discord? Which do you
YouTube.
mean?
I'll be streaming on
YouTube.
YouTube,
I tolerate
but it
you
won't be
people.
like an open
YouTube, not
panel or anything
Discord.
because I'm going to be, streaming on Ancom, or not on Ancom's, on Horseradish's channel. But I will be reacting to chats, muting myself, hopefully at the right time to talk to you guys, and hopefully not confusing
Puddle.
myself and then saying a bunch of untoward stuff on Horse's panel. But yeah, be there in
Like
an
and
hour.
subscribe.